server, it's Nathan first. What am I talking about? In the whole show, it's Nathan first.
Yeah.
That guy Nick thinks he's some sort of intellectual.
Yeah, he's a pretender clown fraud. He's funny. I like him. It's his stupid questions. He thinks he's smart. He's a dumb fuck.
So he does a quick Google search of freaking
The second law. Well, it's
Yeah.
just an isolated system. Yeah, does it?
Did he get taken care of?
Yeah, I came in afterwards. After it was because I was listening. I just woke up. So I was trying to get my wits about me, but I came in after the fact to set things straight.
Yeah, because I heard someone, it could have been the same guy a while beforehand. I couldn't join. It was just on listening on the live on YouTube, talking about systems, open and closed systems.
Yeah.
It's just like, does he not realize there's no dynamic open system? You can't have a dynamic open system. It's not possible.
No, he was yammering about he was yammering about isolated systems when he didn't know what isolated systems were. He was just mindlessly parroting Wiki. And then some idiot brought up liquid nitrogen, and no one stopped them to say, "Hey, we're talking about gases, not liquid."
I said liquid.
I got golden.
That's liquid.
Yeah, Brian did.
Oh,
yeah.
you did? We didn't hear you, Brian. I didn't hear that.
I didn't hear you either. Sorry.
Well,
And I should have caught that. It seems so.
Making a point and making sure no one else gets to talk ever.
Oh, right. Anyway, yeah, I should have caught that. Liquid nitrogen seems a bit stupid now. You've said it.
You would have caught that if you would have let Brian speak.
Yes.
Uh-oh. I could tell he's very he knows he's going to get his ass ripped.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe he don't.
But it's just nonsense to come up with. They try to use what he was actually trying to do then after that, when he started saying that the liquid nitrogen can go up when it's affected by other forces. What he was actually talking about, without saying it, wasn't gravity. He was talking about relative density. That's what he tried to hijack. The whole thing was a big attempt to hijack relative density.
You know what they do?
Come in there because, yeah.
We know what they do, Brian. We're just having a problem of Nathan being on the show.
The problem we're having.
I mean, the guy would have had to open the pressurized bottle of liquid nitrogen to.
Don't try to divert away one deck. You see, Nathan, we're all having a problem because you don't. We're all chomping at the bit. You don't give us an opportunity to deal with it. You take all of the Fritos and eat them all for yourself.
Yeah, you're the bartender that stays behind the bar and gets drunk and don't pour us any drinks at this moment.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd just like to thank Nathan for clearing the airways so I could give my quote.
Let me just explain. Okay, so
don't overtalk me then and miss the fucking point.
I'll leave you to explain it for me, Adam. You go ahead.
You'd have heard what I said. Said I'd like to thank Nathan for clearing the airways for me this afternoon so I could get my quote in.
Yeah, that didn't have anything to do with it. Well, it did have something to do with the taco. You just brought it up because it said remarkable, but it didn't have any bearing.
Yeah, it did.
No, it didn't.
It did. It was following up from your quote. That's why I joined. I thought, I've got to follow up with that quote. He's missed the best one.
You just want to use remarkable.
I know.
Yeah. It was a complete non sequitur in some way.
Yes, it was.
Yeah,
Did you
it had nothing to do with gas behavior.
No, it didn't have anything to do. No, it didn't. No, the overall general topic was gas pressure. However, it really didn't have anything to do with the specific nuance of the topic that we were talking about under gas pressure. It was just non sequitur placed inside it.
Right, over your head. It was at too high a level. You've still
Yeah,
not
right.
figured out the use of the word remarkable. The reason he's doing that is to indict the person for them. Thinks it's remarkable to realise they know sod all about gas behaviour. For them to think it's remarkable. That was the why it was relevant.
Thanks for that.
But them QE quotation citations is awesome because it covered everything the Muppets are trying to talk about, gravity and the open and closed system. It just shuts everybody up. Fantastic.
Meanwhile, what he's saying, Adam, I was right on topic.
It's only you that can correct.
That's right.
It's kind of funny. I've noticed this with ballers. They appeal to the sky vacuum to prove Earth's not flat, and then they appeal to a flat Earth to prove the sky vacuum.
We all know what they do, John. Let's get back to the topic. Nathan, you're a bartender getting drunk behind the bar, but you're not pouring any drinks for the rest of your panel. That's the elephant in the room. What do you have to say for yourself?
Forget what he has to say. You're fired, Nathan.
Shut up, Neil. We can't hear you anyway. Oh, Nathan.
I bet you can hear me now. Nathan, you're fired.
He said
I'm
you're
sorry,
a goddamn ball hog.
Sorry, did you call me?
Hogging the ball.
I was just making coffee in the room. I heard my name, though. What do you want?
Yeah, you're a ball hog. You are the person. You're a bartender, like John said. You're
I
getting
got all
drunk
this. I'm
behind-
just making coffee. I'll be back in a minute.
pouring any
I got
drink.
all this. I
Who's
got all
rumpus-
this.
who's rumpusing me?
He needs to make his coffee.
Shut the hell up while I berate you. So we can get to the topic. Elijah, close your mic. So, Nathan, hello. Nathan, are you there?
He's making coffee. You're not listening to him now.
He just said he'd come back from making coffee. The fuck? That's why he closed
Couldn't we
out the
just-
show. Because he wants coffee.
Berate me a bit more till he gets back.
You enchilada eating Egypt from Nottingham?
They were good enchiladas.
He's not a only hot.
Say again?
He's not the only flat Earth scientist from Nottingham, though.
Yeah, we heard yesterday. Yep. Wait till you see the next treatment. Yes,
Flat
sir.
Earth scientist. What?
Yeah,
I missed
wait till you
yesterday's
see it.
show.
It's coming. It's coming. You ain't gonna see it. Adam can't see it because he's got a fucking birthday party. I knew he was gonna come out with some bullshit, but that's good. I'll do it myself.
What, is there another one then?
I'm gonna do another treatment. That probably won't be. I'm gonna do it tomorrow.
What's this one on? Can listen.
Oh, you
Yeah,
wait
well.
till you see this. You are not gonna believe it. I'm telling you, it is way up there, boy. Way up there.
Does it beat Skew as a phenomena? Does it beat Skew as a phenomena?
It's close.
Right, I'm back
Brian, these poor dumb bastards don't know what I'm talking about.
now. I'm really pleased with the way today went.
No, they don't.
Oh, sorry, Brian.
Oh, now he comes back to interrupt the conversation. Now we can get back.
There was a pause. I didn't interrupt anybody. Strictly speaking, Brian interrupted me, but he was obviously next in line, so I'm going to yield. Even though,
here
strictly
we go.
speaking, he interrupted me. Go ahead,
There
Brian.
you go. Trying to divert
Is
away
his
from-
name Brian?
He's trying to divert away from the
Yes,
elephant in the room.
I'm
So-
Brian, and so is my wife.
There we go again. So here's the problem. And everyone has stated what the problem is. Here's the problem we have with you, Nathan. You ready?
Ball hog.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. And I'm going to take it on board. And do you want my excuses, or do you just want to tell me off?
No, I don't want to tell you off. You need to stop hogging the ball. That's it.
Okay. I can do that. No worries.
All right. Fair enough.
This occasion.
That's a lie.
Well, no. On this occasion, I wanted to make sure that the server functioned the way I want that visit to be. You guys are pissed, which is a big negative because I was so pleased at the end of that show. Now you're obviously all pissed in the background because of my selfish self concerning myself with how the show's going, and not really concerning myself too much with your needs to get blood and the vampires that you are. That needs fulfilling. If you don't get enough, you're going to turn white and stuff. So I'll take that on board. And I hadn't. I'll be honest. So if you want to call me inconsiderate, you'd be right. Because my focus was, is this going to work the way I want it to work? And the way it worked the first time in the politics server was because of a mod that wasn't AJ. It was a different guy doing it. And I didn't know if that was just his magic or Discord and how it magically just makes that kind of thing happen. Well, it worked the way it worked the first time. And I'm so made up about that. Now, I can relax and go, great, next time there's going to be at least half a dozen ballers. They're going to be queuing up. But it's only one rumpus arsehole at a time. Well, I can hand off as many people as you want me to. In fact, if I don't talk to anybody, I don't mind. If you all want to just have blood that week. But because it's going to work with guy raises his hand, guy enters stage, guy asks question, John, refracted curvature, will prioritise him mainly, says, I'd like to answer that, along with Neil and QE and Brian's stammering over all of it. And I'll prioritise John, refracted, and say, yes, John, you can take this one. And then John can argue, and you can all moan at John when he's claimed to be my favourite. Is that okay, other than the sarcasm about John refracted?
Sounds like a plan.
Good. My apologies for my inconsiderate nature today, okay?
Alex.
Oh, so you're saying I'm insincere? No, I was so pleased with myself. You watch me on camera. I'm elated because I thought everything's gone perfectly. Actually, no. Everyone around me hates me, which is shocking when you think something. Yeah, I was ace. That's just the way I wanted. We all hate you. You're a prick. Okay, so it didn't go as well as I thought then. There were aspects I hadn't considered. Yeah, it's because you haven't considered them that they didn't go well. Okay, that's me, Bright Red. I'm really sorry. And I mean it sincerely, Brian.
All you've told us is about how impressed you are with yourself.
Yes, smug, self-absorbed. Yes, call me all of those things, and I'll agree. Insincere, no, I'm being sincere. Okay then.
Next week, I'm going to go on Discord, and I'm going to meet the King of England. Imagine how disappointed I'll be when I find out I've just got one of his aides that I'm talking to. There's a point you're making that's relevant, I think, in most shows, but on something like that, no one's turned up to speak to QE or Brian or even Refracted.
Correct.
I know.
I don't know.
The doors open and there's this choir of angels that makes this noise. It goes, la, and then I walk through.
I don't know the rules of the show. So what are the new parameters of this fucking show you're talking about?
There is
King
no
Louis?
new parameters. It's just the way Discord was run when I first suggested that I go into politics. They're like, oh, we'll make a big deal of it. We'll have a staged event where you get a fixed amount of time and someone gets brought up onto the stage and they can listen to you having a little chit-chat. And then if they want to ask a question because they're triggered by what you're saying, they'll get invited up by a mod. They ask the question. If they get too rumpusy, we shut them down. But it won't be a whole bunch of white knights all at once that can all open their mics. And I'm like, that was miles better. Well, AJ was like, yeah, I can do that. Well, he has. Now, don't get me wrong, they still allowed the 5 times of repeating the same question. That's fine, so long as there's not 3 white knights jumping in at the same time. And that's the only reason I wanted them to do it that way. Now that I know that it can be done that way, it wasn't just the magic of some moderator that was really good with Discord when it first went that way, I can say I can sort of relax. I was gripping the chair the whole time, because is this going to continue? Is this like, do we run out of steam after 3 questions?
Are you gonna finish at some point?
I made coffee, checked with my wife, and I heard you guys ripping me into me. Obviously, in passing, I wasn't really listening.
Yeah, no shit.
Nathan's excited.
On and on and on and on and on. Fucking be concise.
No swearing.
Then shut the fuck up.
No swearing.
My
Kids will be
God.
wondering in any minute. They're not here now, but no swearing.
Are we being recorded?
Always
Fucking
being recorded.
answer a
Let me
simple
just
fucking question. I don't need to listen
stop.
to the
Stop.
Encyclopedia
Let me just let me
Britannica.
answer Brian's question. Goes to the top of the priority
Fuck.
list. Right. If I am sat here, I've said this so many times. I am always, without exception, recording. Now, there are a very few handful of exceptions where I will specifically say, actually, no, on this specific occasion, I'm not recording. Now, that's because of something else that I'll be doing, like changing a graphics card setting, whatever. And therefore, it can't be the case that I'm recording. It would balls up if I made those settings changes. But if I'm in this seat doing this, I'm recording. In other words, it's the first thing I do. Load OBS, press record. Now, in between, I go live. But other than that, I unpause the recording and it just records everything, always. If I do OME TV in the middle of that, then I've got to go into the 3, 4, 5 hour recording and dig it out and fish it out and hack it into videos. But I'm not starting a recording like when I get a good OME TV video. The only way you can catch that shit is to record all of it, always. That's the only way to do it. So if I'm here, I am recording.
I was glad of that the other day, Nathan. When me, you, and Brian finished chatting, I thought, I wish that had been recorded. That was good. And then I checked YouTube, and you stuck it on as a premiere. So useful. I assume that automatically. Whoever's here, I
That took
assume
effort.
that
I hate that. No. That took effort. I had to go in and find that. I also thought that was a good chunk. So I went in and hacked it out of however many hours it was. But that little section was good. It was right at the end of the recording, so it's dead easy to find, because I actually finished after that. But my point is that you've got to go in and hack out these things. Now, I don't normally want to go in and hack out things beyond the after show. I just want to stop. I just want to stop and end and go. But then if I do go, you like start moaning. So sometimes I'll just go, okay, fine, I'll hang around. But I will just start recording again immediately.
What the fuck, man? Get the
Chewy, you might as well give up. This red herring is going to go
I
on
know.
forever.
It's like, I don't know. It's like, how did you know it to be food?
That's correct. I did think we should talk about that too. It's very important.
Fuck's sake. So, back to the topic.
Ugh.
Now, can you explain in 30 words or less? Let's do it that way, so I don't listen to fucking Encyclopedia Britannica. You have something with AJ. You go on for an hour in politics server. They are brought up to you to ask you questions. Yes or fucking no?
Yes, during the live show.
Yes. Thank you very much. So now I know, because I didn't before, that it's them asking you, you're King Louis. I have no issue with that.
It's only for one show.
Our complaint about not being allowed in to get a piece of meat is inappropriate, because that's not how it's set up.
Yeah, but you can. There's no reason why not.
No. I'm not simping for you here, Nathan.
What?
If we go to a meet and greet, I've got a question for Nathan Oakley. Brilliant. Here's Brian to answer it.
That's perfect.
Think about the other
This
side.
sounds absolutely ideal. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I know. You don't have to do anything. My point here is people coming to the Discord to put a question to you, not to me, QE, anyone else. Yeah, that's the purpose of them turning up. I genuinely, it's an advertising situation for you. It's mis-selling if one of us answers on a Friday for that hour.
Well, that can be rectified easily. I can just change the title to Flat Earth Debate as a Flat Earth Debate panel or whatever, as opposed to Nathan Oakley, which is what was in the title. But if it was just said Flat Earth Debate question and answer or whatever they call the stage, it's just a title that makes it clear that, you are going to be asking and you might get an answer from a different Flat Earth Debate panel member. Because it's at the regular show time, so that if 1 week, which is, I didn't know if this would be the case or not until now, which is why I was so pleased, if 1 week we're there and no one wants to ask anything. It's like, that's fine, because we're just running like a normal show. But coincidentally, there might be specific members of the public from another server that are, no, actually, I've got a point of interjection, someone from the public. That's why it was fun that he called them callers. I like that. Because then, like, we're having a normal show, and then we've got a caller. Someone wants to know about gravity. Can you ask your question? Yeah, hi, it's Mr. Nasal Adenoids, and I've got to ask you about my religious belief. Can I ask you about something that you don't claim? Of course, Mr. Adenoids. And then it gets offered up to whoever wants to answer the question. If suddenly one deck pipes up and goes, actually, blah, 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 and just starts talking, then that's perfectly appropriate. I don't want... I see how...
You do it like a game show?
Which, no, like a radio show, but in the same way as if you call into a call show, there's a good chance that there's the producer, the co-host, the host, the guy who's actually playing the music, a technician, a runner, and they're all in the room. And I remember listening to Chris Evans as I was growing up as a kid, and all of them are on the mic. They've all got a mic. Now, in modern terms, it's just a podcast, isn't it? What they call a podcast, with a whole bunch of dickheads all sat around mics talking to each other. It's that, but with calling. So, oh, we've got a caller. Someone from the normality of the public wants to say something. Hello, caller, what's your question? So it's just, that's how I'd prefer it. Not like sarcastically, the doors open, the angels sing, Nathan sits on his throne. Now present your questions to me. I do have a council of advisors, should I need them. In the meantime, advisors, you be silent. No, that's very rude to you guys.
No. We can do it like a game, right? And then, you got the little hands up thing there in the bottom right. And as soon as you hear him use a fallacy, whoever hits the button quickest.
Yeah, but exactly, we'll do that as well, because you're on screen, you can see when you put your hand up, so it's like there's a clear winner to declare. But I don't want it to be me on some pedestal, although it was fun listening to Adam describe it in that way, although I know it's not for the reasons of promoting me. Yeah, that's not how I want it either. I want it to be Flat Earth Debate panel member questions, as opposed to Nathan Oakley questions. That's just how AJ had phrased it, because he's talking to me, and it's my channel, but it's not my show that is in attendance at politics, is it? It's Flat Earth Debate, that's us. So that is easily solved by asking AJ, no, please don't call the room Nathan Oakley. It's not King Nathan and his questions. It's Flat Earth Debate panel answer questions. And it might be anybody that gives you an answer. And then you all get a bit of blood.
Well, the way that you behave though in this show, I think it upheld the advertisement. So
yeah, they advertised it in that way, but I don't want it advertised in that way. It's the Flat Earth Debate show at the politics server. We're typically using our own server, and on a Friday we use the politics server, but the show structure won't change. It shouldn't suddenly become the Nathan Oakley show, because it isn't. But it's just not something I'd considered. Again, call it selfish, call it inconsiderate, short-sighted, whatever you like. I just hadn't considered it. And then when AJ phrased it such in the stage, Nathan Oakley takes questions or whatever he put, that does change, it does alter quite significantly what Flat Earth Debate is. And I could understand, I'd feel like my nose was pointing out if I was on Brian's show and suddenly it's, you sit in the background while Brian takes questions on a Friday. I'd be like, I just won't be here. It's like, well, yeah, well, then that leaves me screwed if there's no questions that week, because it's not like the radio show with call-in. It's suddenly the Nathan Oakley show and no one wants to talk to him because he's an asshole and doesn't give any blood up to any of his panel members on the bit that's Friday's Nathan Oakley bit. That's not how I wanted it to be perceived, although it was quite nice being on that throne and having it pointed out to me after the fact in a sarcastic way. Obviously, I'm not suggesting that I'm going to gloat in the fact that that's how it's being presented back to me. Anyway, that's enough waffle. Hopefully QA won't completely undermine it and demean it by saying, oh, you go on and on and on. Everyone's gone. No one's even listening. They've all gone to get coffee. They've done a Nathan. They've all buggered off. Nobody's listening. Nobody gives a shit. I feel lonely. I feel sad.
I'm eating breakfast right now, but I did miss most of it, yeah.
How shocking. You get what you give, eh? You give it out. You get it back. It makes you want to cry.
I mean, I'm going to say, again, it's
Yeah.
funny how they all ask questions. I mean, this is, I know, they just ask questions, don't they? They're not coming forth with any of their evidence, so-called evidence. Just want to ask flat Earth questions.
Exactly. That's enough talk about me. Let's talk about me. Any questions about me?
I got scolded.
Yeah, it's because you were interrupting the guy asking the question, though. That's your bad.
He's a moron. He was a friggin' moron. I wanted to choke him. Sorry.
If it had been anybody else, I'd have shouted at them. So, you know, there's always that. If it had been Neil.
You're coming in as a glober, and you know you live on a globe, right? Or you think you live on a globe, right? You're not going to come in and ask questions, are you, about flat Earth? You're going to be saying, listen, lads, you're all retarded, and this is the globe proof. I'm going to shut you all up right now. Not ask questions about the flat Earth. That's stupid.
Do you want to cover Dave
But if you
McKeegan on
haven't
Monday,
got
one
that-
deck? Because that was your suggestion. Oh, sorry, Adam.
Just to respond, if you haven't got any globe proof to come in and batter these stupid flat earthers with,
Holy shit.
Yeah,
Belly up to that mic.
oh my god, just turn me up. If that's all you've got, which is what?
You can't. That's the point. Your signal into the mic itself is so weak that you can't boost it anymore. So we just don't get to hear you. We have to strain our ears.
Yeah.
Is that
we can't
better?
turn you
Yes.
up individually because the other people that start talking after you, right? If we turn it up, blows our eardrums out.
Well, tell them to not talk as loud, and then everybody's happy.
And the reason QE didn't blow your eardrums out is because I've set very, very heavy compression on his line.
I'll try and make the point one day. They haven't got anything. They haven't got a ball proof to bring, have they? All they've got, is some half-arsed straw man to try that they sit about the afternoon before thinking up to bring, which can't be a proof of a ball because there is none. So all they've got now is straw man supposition with regards to flat Earth models that they'll invoke.
Oh, but where does the dome meet the ground, Adam? It's your claim.
Exactly.
Yeah. We're going to talk about that later when you stop taping. So don't leave after you stop taping. I got a word with you.
I will leave that. I can't believe we've just said that. Let's just go through this again, right? If I'm here, I'm recording. If I'm not here, once I press stop, I press bye-bye. You guys previously were like, why is it that when you finished, you finished? We're like, because I finished.
So are you recording this?
Of
Oh
course he
my
is.
God.
Yeah, that's why I made a special note. That was a special note. When you're done recording this, don't leave. We have to talk about an issue.
And let's go round in circles again a few times. Nothing. Even though I am recording, 99% of what I record is garbage. Hold on one sec. What did you want, hun?
I'm about to play gymnastics.
Gymnastics? You're leaving Eleanor here? Eleanor, are you okay? You in your room on your computer? Fine. Sorry about that. Most of what I record is either scrubbed when I figure out what it is. That is to say, about 2 weeks ago, I went through the hard drive and got rid of about 5-6 terabytes of information. That's just dross, because it's just an endless stream of recording that's nothing. That's most of it. But sometimes, very rarely, there's something that's worth chunking out. Make sense? No.
Basically, most of the shit we say is useless.
Yeah, most of the time it's useless, but it's all recorded, and it doesn't seem to matter how many times I say this. I'll get, well, when you stopped recording, can you hang around? What? So if the world ended and I wasn't recording, I wouldn't have caught it. Oh, how harsh. No, I'll just record the whole thing always, like mandatory if I'm sat here doing this. I'll just always be recording. So if you've got something to tell me, unless you get me on Skype, right, which I very rarely look at, then you can have a private conversation with me. Maybe.
I'm not all that concerned about it. So are you recording a show? Are we on an after show right now, Louis?
No, because chances are none of this none of what I recalled, most of it, 90% of it, does not make it to air.
Oh, it's either yes or no fucking question. I don't need Encyclopedia Britannica.
I don't
Yes,
know.
then.
There might be, if I start doing Omi videos now, then yeah, what I then do in the next hour might end up making videos with.
I fucking ask you that. I asked you, are we in an after show right now?
No.
Live being.
No, we're not in an after show, but I'm always recording. So if something happens,
No, I already know that, Nathan. I've been here for at least past 2 days. I got that. I don't need to be told that shit. Starting to fucking irritate me.
I'm always
Okay,
recording,
I get
Dewey. Always.
I get it. You don't have to explain it to me. I got it. So my point was, I've been noticing, and it's been a while, and I was going to say something I keep forgetting. I understand why you stop them from the obvious conclusion from your points. Yes, in fact, it happened today about the container, right? So you believe, or you know the routine, because that's the logical progression from your initial statements and your initial argument. Yes, the container is going to hit the ground. I understand why you don't want to go down that road, because you've already disproved the fairy tale vacuum of space. However, the way you handle it is problematic, because it sounds like you're fucking scared of it. So
what's it? What's it?
Going into where the container hits the ground.
Where's that then?
Right? Yeah, we don't know. But
hold on. Hold on.
I know.
How can I be scared of it if we don't know what it is?
if we don't know what it is, that made no fucking sense.
If we don't know where this container meets the ground, then the only thing I've got to be concerned about is if somebody puts me in a place where I must show that which I cannot.
Okay, let me try to put it to you this way. If you say that gas pressure requires a container,
absolutely,
then ipso fucking facto, Nathan, there is a container around the Earth.
Yes, there is absolutely a container. Yes, we are under containment. There must be a container. Yes, I understand that.
Yes. Now, when they go off on their incoherent tangents about what the container is made of, I know it's irritating, right? But what you do, it sounds like you're scared to go into that nuanced topic about the container. That's all I'm saying.
But I can only generalize about containment and what containment must have. Therefore, Earth must have those prerequisites of what I then describe about containment. But Earth's container, I can only ascribe through those absolute necessities and inferences. That they must be there because we're...
What the fuck are you talking about?
Well, I asked you where the edge was in that example, and you're like, well, I can't show you that. I'm like, okay, if you say I sound scared, it's because I don't want to be put in a place where they say, no, you must show me where this edge is.
No, because that doesn't make any damn sense. Just because you don't know where the fucking cow is, but you still have the filet mignon, that makes no fucking sense. Follow? So don't be scared of that. I'm saying the way you handle it, you overtalk the shit out of them, and you say, well, I don't need to be asked that. It definitely portrays that event as you're fucking scared. So you need to go some way around that.
We all in agreement? I sound like I'm in fear of something I can't demonstrate.
Doesn't matter if they agree or they don't. I just told you.
Okay.
You conceded it when you said that I don't want to be put in X position. It shows that you're worried about it.
Yep. Now, are you worried about it? No. I'm saying it appears you are.
Okay, I get that.
Happens a lot.
You're trying to exaggerate it so I rise more.
No,
how often?
No. It happens as often as when this topic comes up. It happens. That's how often.
Okay. I don't know what to say then.
once they start
Okay, offer me some suggestions. The reality is, I know there must be a container. We are under containment. What do I do? What's the issue? Just explain to me in layman's terms.
If you don't get it by now, then you're never gonna fucking get it. So continue on with what you do, right? And then maybe when I'm around and that topic comes up, I'll show you how to do it. How about that?
Yeah, fine. I don't mind following an example.
I'm lost.
I
here,
have to.
guys.
Sorry.
Just what's the problem? We absolutely, as you say, ipso facto, have to have containment. But the next statement I'm happy to make is I have no idea where that container is or what it consists of. But we absolutely have to have containment because we have gas pressure.
So far, I'm in 100% agreement with that and everything that it was phrased. Is that not how I'm phrasing it to opponents?
It's not how you're phrasing it. Yeah.
Where does mine differ?
Just listen back to this fucking show, and you'll hear it.
Okay.
I don't have a recorder in my fucking brain to repeat the horse shit that came out. So listen back, and you'll see what we mean.
Okay, I'll have a listen.
I would have to agree with QE. It seems if I was a listener to the show that you're avoiding the container about.
I disagree. Royal Rumble. He doesn't have to answer shit because then they're going to ask another question and then he doesn't have to answer that one. But it's
Who
like,
cares?
well,
Who cares? So he's going to have to answer. You're in that topic, or you better find some nuanced way without showing your trust. We know you're not scared. We know you know the answers, but it comes off as you're fucking scared and you're diverting away. So stop doing it. Period.
And you know what? You know what's crazy? He's right because I'm the only one that will say that there's a container. Actually, most of the other flat earthers follow suit behind what you did because they're afraid to say, well, yeah, there has to be a container. They don't want to deal with it.
Yeah. Oh, I'm in no way in fear of. Well, that's why I agree with Adam. I'm in no way in fear of that position. If it came across that way, then obviously there's an alteration to my technique as opposed to my understanding or how I could potentially express that.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that's fine.
Finally.
Yeah, it's subtle. This is a subtle critique, but it's fine.
Is it? Can I ask a question? Sorry. I'm just saying, is it safe to say, like, you know, we know there's a container, but it's not been observed, or we don't know where it is?
Well,
I mean,
yes,
like,
but that's not their.
But it's only like their fucking gravity, isn't it?
No, that's not their critique, though. I don't think the critique is about the absolute requirement for containment or how we'd argue it. It's just the perception of my obfuscation of them trying to take me to the next step after space is fake can be perceived as me being in fear of talking about containment. It isn't. I just want to focus, or I wanted to, past tense in the last show, to focus on their relinquishment of space rather than the next step of, there's got to be a container. If that it can be perceived as being me being scared of that, that's fine. That's easy to address. I'm not.
Yeah, there's definitely a container. There's definitely a container. We've just not observed it. We don't know where it is.
Well, that disclaimer isn't even required, though.
If you pose, well, let me give you an example. It might be a little bit better, right? If I focused on the tacit acceptance of the black swan, right, and said, if there's a sphere, so you accept the Earth's a sphere now, it would seem as if I was scared of the modus tollens, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Can I say something?
Yeah. Yeah, bye-bye. I'm sorry, I was off mute when I was saying, but my youngest is going to gymnastics.
I was saying goodbye to...
Yeah, sorry.
You'll often hear me mention the term dynamic closed system or closed dynamic system. The reason I'm saying that is that the reason that the air pressure we have at sea level doesn't equalize with the air pressure up higher is because it can't. It's the sun and the influence of the sun, right, doing what it does, creating a dynamic system prevents it. It makes it impossible. You look into it, you'll realize it makes it impossible, or I can go through it with you someday. It makes it impossible for that to happen. What they're latching onto is a gradient of pressure, right, that somehow is created by a force of gravity. Now, sometimes you might have to, I know going into the force of gravity thing is a bit of a red herring away from what you're trying to make the point about. But sometimes you have to do that to kill it. But point being is that they don't have a clue about what's really going on with the AR and our system. If you research and learn a bit about that, you will have information that they won't be able to deal with. And the only way that, like, if you look into the actual information that's actually used by meteorologists and everything else, the only way for any of that information to adhere to reality would be with a container. There is no other way for it to adhere to it. The sun is the reason why you don't have as I said, the higher pressure close to the surface of Earth is not equalizing with the lower pressure up higher in the sun. It can't. The sun makes it impossible because it's a moving heat source. It makes it impossible for equalization to happen. But that whole thing can only happen within a container. What your man was trying to claim there today was a dynamic open system, something that does not exist. Can't exist. You can't have a dynamic open system.
But it's a dome, Brian. Where is it? Where is it?
But you don't have to claim what its shape. You don't have to claim its composition. You just say it's solid. That's all you have to say. You just state it in the same way as you can prove. That's all you need to do.
Yeah, but if it's a dynamic closed system, then it has to have a container touching the ground. Where's that at?
Well, you don't know where that is because you haven't gone to the edges of, to the extremities of our known world. It has to be there.
Don't need to, though.
You don't need to tell them
I
where
was
it
going to
is.
say you don't need to. It's an absolute requirement.
Yeah, you don't need to, because I don't need to tell you where the cow is, where the filet mignon came from.
Yeah, I get it.
Same.
It's antecedent consequent relationship. So,
Exactly.
yeah, in terms of everything you've just said, though, Brian, yeah, I take on board all of that and appreciated it anyway. You know, it's been further expanded recently by you in terms of making it clear, although it now seems really obvious, that any of these systems, including heat transfer, not just gas pressure, all require you to be under containment to form the gas to have any of these systems, dynamic or otherwise, exist to describe. So first you have the container, then you form gas pressure, then you can have dynamic systems and heat transfer. All of them have the prerequisite and antecedent consequent of containment to form pressure. So you're absolutely right. And it's not like I don't appreciate that. That's why QE phrased it in the nuanced way that he did. It's not like it's not appreciated. All of these arguments are understood by all of us. It's just if I try and avoid them, it sounds like I'm trying to avoid the fact that we have a container. No, we definitely do. But if it's come across that way, I'm glad that it's been highlighted, because certainly I didn't appreciate that. I thought I was doing exceptionally well to keep it on the fact that there's no sky vacuum. It's undermining his sky vacuum belief.
But there is a vacuum of point. There is what is considered to be, it's probably, the measurements show it to be about 10 to the minus 2 to 10 to the minus 3 torr of point. Now, I don't know, that's the full height that let's just say, a high altitude balloon can go to. But the reason that exists is because of the sun. Do you remember that presentation I did back in 2019 about the gas pressure gradient and how the sun creates it? Not one of the opposition, I've shared that with, I don't know how many at this stage, not one of them has been able to address it. Not one. Because what I lay out is just factual information from meteorology and other things. And I know more about that now than I did then. I have more stuff I could add to that now, things that I wouldn't have been able to answer then I can answer now. The point is that they don't know what they're talking about. And when you get a little bit of information, even a little bit, then you already have more than them.
Right.
I do like the way you answered me just then. That was probably how you should have treated them on the show.
Fair enough.
Who you talk? No, he's got it. It's not a big deal.
No, I like these critiques. That's what we're all about, right?
Yep.
The other day it was Brian and his useless nature and having to tell him how it's done. Today it's me.
Yeah. You just got to swallow your pride and your ego, which is this room is fucking full of.
It's worse slightly when you haven't considered it before someone points it out. So if you kind of know your own nature and know that you're doing something you shouldn't, you're already prepared to give you a crappy justification for it. Whereas when it comes as a shock, you're like, oh, I thought I'd done really well. Then it's slightly more embarrassing because you're demonstrating your lack of self-awareness, which is even more embarrassing. But there we go.
Is there any other issues that Nathan has that needs to be discussed?
This isn't that session,
I got
Kiwi.
scolded.
Thank you.
My ego needs petting. I got scolded. No, I'm just kidding. That was pretty cool. I think it was a good talk.
What
Good talk,
happens?
guys.
What happens with all of us, and I'm included. See, we got to have something to preface because these guys want to go on a long narrative, right? We have to have some statement to say, if you're going to make a claim, then make it short and concise, and all the premises must be correct, or you're going to get interrupted. Because I'm not going to listen. You know what? You know where I'm going with this?
Yeah, it's like, on the one hand, you don't want there to be any interruptions, but by the same token, the moment they've employed a fallacy or stated something incorrectly, they need to be aware that, no, we are going to interrupt you if it's justified. Yeah. And likewise, if one of us were to make a mistake, heaven forbid, and they interrupted it in a justifiable way, in other words, you'd expect us to shut up. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
If we're wrong, we're wrong.
Yes.
And if someone's like, no, you've got that wrong, you've just talked about mass attracting mass, and I was actually specifically talking about Einsteinian. If I stop them and shut them down from, interrupting me when I've got it wrong, then I'm unreasonable. But, 9 times out of 10, it's not that way round, let's be honest.
Yeah, but how can we incorporate that into, like, it's got to be known by the participants in the audience that's speaking to you that is what's going to happen, because all of the craziness and all of the out of control over talking, I'm saying a good 90% of it stems from that situation.
Yeah, and we that's easily disclaimed by either me or one of the moderators. So when I go in and say, look, we're here to say front foot forward and don't swear, I can just add it to the list. We're here to say, we know it's measured flat, move on the front foot. Please don't swear in the live show. Furthermore, if you have a question and one of your premises is flawed or riddled with fallacy, you are going to get interrupted. We're going to shut that down pretty quickly. So don't cry foul when you get shut down for using a fallacy. We're going to stop you immediately.
Yep.
Nathan, just on that, when you're asked for a measurement, when you say it's measured flat, and one of them comes in and goes, show us the measurement. All you have to do is show them that 2-hour period on the pitch data.
Say a 2-hour period on the pitch data, did you say?
Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah, I love that.
Brian,
I love that. Were you there in QE's chat yesterday?
Hold on. Don't overtake me. Oh, Brian, sorry. Your mic is fucking low, too.
Well, yeah, technical issues aside, I love the pitch data. Wally was in your chat yesterday, QE. Well, great show, by the way. I stayed up far too late and I'm now exhausted as a result, but it was worth it. Good show. Other than you criticising us for about 20 straight minutes. Anyway, the Wally guy in the chat, he's got absolutely nowhere to go when you present the pitch data. Oh, it would be the same on the globe. That was his response. It's so hilarious. I put the thumb screws to him yesterday in the chat and I just didn't let go. I'm like, the amount of times I get browbeaten by some funder who's ignored me when I've conceded some non-point. Well, in this case, Wally's conceding there's no earth curve in the pitch data because there isn't. So it's like, now I'm going to rub this in indefinitely, son. You're never going to hear the end of it. And it's good fun.
Does everyone have that in their quifer where they can grab it? I'll put it in Master B. Because I immediately pulled that out of the presentation.
Well, I'll grab it. Right. I haven't got it to hand. It's like the Black Swan image in the early days.
I'll put it in Master B.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm going to reference that a ton. It's such a great argument. And I'm
I
glad
know.
it had a bit of bigging up before, and I'm even more pleased in a way, Brian, that you tried to. I say tried to. I don't want to make it sound like I'm demeaning it. You wanted to keep it quiet until it was all settled and we'd gone through it with a fine tooth comb, made sure that there wasn't any bear trap references that show it was actually fraudulent. It's all that crap that we crossed the I's and dotted the I's and crossed the T's with when we were pre-exposing it. Well, as a result, we were saying, no, we can't tell you what, but you need to be there. Well, that actually aided in no small way. That show has been reasonably well received if you look at the numbers now on QE's show. And that tells me that people were sharing it. So it doesn't instantly have an impact. Because I know at first you were like, it's not been well received. It has.
Well, the problem is people aren't watching some of our stuff because they have a bias against us. A lot of the people on our supposed side in this arena.
Sure.
But what I did when I mirrored that on Monday, I didn't do it. And I think it was Monday or Tuesday. I mirrored it, and I got pretty good views on it. But what I did get, which didn't happen on QE's channel, was I got a lot of comments. I think the last time I looked was 520 or something views and 460 comments. Do you know what I mean?
Wow.
Now, not all those comments are from people coming in having a go. They're obviously comments that are people comment threads that are filled up. And there's a lot of people that have probably commented that YouTube have removed their comment because they probably came in just attacking or whatever. But 460 or something comments. It was something like 60. The last time I looked, there was a difference in views between views and comments of 60 something, and it was 500 plus views. That'll tell you how many comments. And when I made another video addressing the responses I was getting to that, and that was given, the couple of responses that were given on QEs, and that's after getting good review as well, and getting a lot of people being interested in it, because I'm just pulling apart, like people like Nick from Phuket World. Phuket World was loving both of those videos. It's just pulling apart the rubbish they're coming out with. You know what I mean? Stupid stuff, which is basically what they're claiming is horizontal is changing its orientation in relation to itself. I mean, if you've ever heard anything so stupid in your life, more than that, I'd like to hear it. But that's what they're trying to do.
Yeah, I did today. I did today. Nathan, are you saying is the container physical?
Sorry, what? I'm not saying anything.
One of the baltards asked you, is the container physical? So Brian asked me if I heard something as stupid as that. Yeah, that.
Yeah, I heard you, QE. When I heard that, I was laughing, but then I heard you pop up. Yeah, containers are physical, genius.
Is there another kind?
Well, it's the non-physical medium. What? What did you just say to me?
So, Brian, yes, I heard something just as stupid today. Yes, that was it.
That is pretty stupid, right? That is pretty stupid. But I mean, that just shows what they're coming in with, what they're turning up with as some kind of an argument or attack, doesn't it? It's like
it's all
no thought put into it. It's just attack. It's just attack without thought, isn't it?
Yeah. We all know this. Do you like how I combined it with my presentation now? Do you like that little twist?
No, that was good. I like that you had that on there last night, and you had it on especially for Candace Owens. In case
you had a show last night.
See this? Sorry.
Yes. Yeah, I had a treatment last night. I had to do a proper treatment because the Three Musketeers.
I didn't get a fucking.
That's right.
That's bullshit, man. I didn't get a bell notification on my YouTube feed.
Yeah, it's a really good
I
show.
gotta go check and see if I'm still subscribed.
Other than him spending 10 minutes calling me, Brian, and Adam the Three Musketeers and stuff.
What a fucking train wreck. I'm sorry. What an abject train wreck that was between you three bozos.
Had some very salient points. I think you'll
I
find.
didn't even know it was being recorded.
It's
And suddenly I'm
always
on
being
part of the
recorded.
video.
Bloody hell!
What were my comments again? Let's go back to Ballbusters. Let's
Ask me if
see.
we're recording
Did you
now,
read
Brian.
my
Just
comments?
do it. Are you recording now? Hang around after you finished recording.
All right.
Comments on what, Huey?
Comments on the Three Musketeers in their review of Candace. And I don't know where you guys got that video from. Adam got it from somewhere where it was just her and not Will Duffy on
Rumble.
Rumble. That's why I couldn't find it.
Well,
So
it took
here's my
some tracking
comment.
down, actually.
Hold up the show. Are you ready? Y'all tuckered out? So pulled up the show this morning and was searching for the link to get in because I wanted to write the ship. I said, oh my God, these guys are fucking losing it. So I tried to get it, but there was none. It was a premiere. I said, son of a bitch. These idiots stayed after I left and went through this. So now the best part of that, Nathan, was your analogy with the ghost examples and the Geiger counter. That was fucking outstanding. I really enjoyed that. Thank you.
That's my pleasure. I also thought Brian had some excellent points.
Now, the creosote with the paint, that was fucking idiotic. So, what was this? A social take commentary there, fellas? Is that what it was? Or a Ron Burgundy Catholic take? Is that what you were going for? The motif?
Get it all off your chest.
Have you lost the fucking plot?
Get it all out.
I did, and then I showed me coming through the computer and slapping your dumb asses.
I thought the Ron Burgundy stuff was kind of funny, though. If that was the motif, that's one you should have stuck with.
So, that's why I had to do a proper treatment. Follow?
Yeah. Well, I enjoyed both.
Oh, you did a treatment on that Candace Owens video. Hell yeah.
Well, he actually didn't. He did a treatment on Will Duffy and Will Duffy's video where he introduces. Well, doesn't introduce, but he. I can't think of the word now. He refers to Candace Owens.
Yeah, where you bozos just took Candace Owens. It's the same thing. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, but we were only purely focusing on her. You see, the whole point was that, even though you know this, I'm going to tell you anyway, as you're calling me stupid and a bozo. Right, so now I'm going to bore you. Right. The whole point was that Will Duffy was given the impression that she was hyped about this thing and she was all involved. When what really happened is that he had to pay her, I think it's $1,500 or something like that.
No way. Is that what it cost him?
Yeah, Adam put it up there. $1,500, I think it is. To have
I
her
kept on
respond to
asking
it.
the question. Did you like the way I was asking the question last night? I'd
Asking
really
for a
like to know
friend.
how much you gave.
Asking for a friend. Yeah, I
Was
did.
it 1,500? Adam, are you here? No. What do you know this for sure? 1,500?
Yeah, he put it in the master video. Just make sure. But he put it in the master video yesterday. 1 second.
Really?
Can I just give props to Candice for that? Good on you, girl. Don't give up that crap for nothing. If you're going to be selling your soul, you might as well get $1,500 for it.
Yeah, like you put up with that shit for free. She got paid $1,500 for just a few minutes of bull crap. You know,
top value. That's what you got to do, right? Candice is very keen. Yeah, you lying crap. I obviously didn't think anybody would call this out.
No, she was pumped, and that's the scientific method.
Yeah, what bullshitter. But That just goes to show, right? That's what you got to do if you're going to promote being a glurf. Got to create this false interest in a false dichotomy, and you've got to pay through the nose to get it. It's pretty pathetic, really, isn't it?
Yeah. All right.
Did that dumbass say it was the scientific method? Did he actually say that was the scientific method?
Yes.
You got,
Yes.
Let's just listen to it.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. Where we're criticising it for its lack of adherence to the scientific method, he's leaning into it. This is the scientific method, and Candace is pumped. And then he cuts to a clip of her saying, I want to return to the scientific method. We're rolling our eyes when we critiqued it, going, oh, right. So in his use of this clip, he's demonstrating not only that he's prepared to double down and ignore us, yeah, he's pissing down our backs, but we know what he is. But for Candace, he's prepared to lean into it because she's suggesting it's science incorrectly, and he's going to lean into that. You're like, well, that's just charlatan behaviour, really. You know, this is no surprise to us.
No, this isn't gonna work, Brian. I just seen Adam's post. This has nothing to do with that.
No, it's Minik. It's Minik. I just posted into Master Video. That is the prices. See, how he got in contact with her was through this app called Minik. And through that app, you can contact Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens, loads of different people, celebrity types like that, who will respond to you via text or via video call, but for a price. Now, a video response is $400. A one-on-one position, which is what he would have, a text response is $100. Video response is $400, and a one-on-one is $1,500 per minute. Now, I don't know what way he contacted her, but he contacted
He got a video response.
her in
Video.
He got a video response. Yeah, so I don't know what it was.
Yeah, $400.
Well, he got a response on the show. I don't know if that works as a video
that's
response.
a video response.
Yeah, that's what it says. 400.
Yeah,
Get
so
a
we paid
recorded
400, not
video
15.
response. Get a recorded video response to a text question, $400.
Yeah, that's what he paid. I was going to say 1,500 for what he got seems a total rip-off, but 400, no, that sounds about right. I think that's reasonable. I think he got good value too.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, how much time did she actually spend answering him?
But you see, there's the difference. At the end of the show, she'll do all of those video calls. There's like 125 that she's done. Okay, when I checked it out. But sometimes the producer will go, oh, this actually adds a bit of content to our show. So we'll stick it in the show as well. So you might have got a bonus. Yeah. But the video answer is just, you get a recorded video response. Video call is where you actually engage with it. But look, it's $1,500 per minute. That you got 10 minutes. That's 15,000. So it's $22,500 minimum, or 15-minute minimum.
Yeah, I know, but but that had nothing to do with him.
No,
He got a 400.
Yeah, and we didn't have that. That wasn't a one-on-one, Candice and whoever's paying for talking. It's this one. And like I said, I don't think that 400 necessarily gets you on the show. That's just that was just a bonus for them, I think.
Right. Yeah, he just got lucky with that regard. But I still think it just cost him $400, which seems fine. And yeah, if it's a bonus that you got it on the show, and that's not the normal standard, well, even still, I still think he got good value. Not that we should really be concerning ourselves with that, but, you know, it's just one of those interesting things. His spin and bullshit is hilarious. Because obviously he doesn't want his audience to know, I paid Candice $400 to feign interest in my garbage. And she happened to mention science and it got on the show. He's not going to say that. It's just, Candice is pumped. No, she's not. She's reading out your glorified super chat for $400.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, just as a side note, QE, I had somebody bring up string theory at work yesterday. And like I immediately said, okay, well, what's the hypothesis? This is in this theory is in relation to, and like they looked like lost.
Tell them string's real, not a theory. It's real.
Not a theory. Hold on.
Yeah.
You said it's real. What?
You could just show them a string.
Show them a ball of it.
No, the multi-dimensions and string garbage is not a theory, though. Just for, that's QE's typical response.
We all know that. Thanks. So does John. That's why he asked the question.
Yeah, this is like Adam was saying on the live show when he's like, this is sarcasm from the professor when they say, amazingly. You're like, yeah. And in this instance, it goes without saying.
That's right. No, it's remarkably.
That was it, remarkably.
So, do you guys want to attend the next treatment or no? You just want to let me have it all the glory myself?
Those are the treatments I think are best suited to just being you.
Again?
Well, listen to him. He's trying to avoid having to be there.
No, I don't care. If I don't want to be there, I won't be there. I mean, that's not really an issue, Brian. But I think without being rumpus and co-hosted, you've got your QE live streams that are obviously panel and public. You've got Ballbusters, which is sort of us a bit more focused on a particular topic once a fortnight. And I think the treatments should just be you.
Okay.
I think we should totally be involved in that this weekend.
I don't know. Betty's pretty good when she's there because she's like they got a good interplay as far as their interactions. Like
well,
Betty's like her straight man.
Betty's not on any treatments though.
I know, but like when Betty is there, it's like it's very entertaining to watch you two interact. Is all I'm saying.
But ironically, there is going to be a treatment with me and Betty doing one. Just ironically, it's going to happen. However, that's another topic. I think you guys may want to be there for this one. Brian, what do you think?
I think that they'll be only wanting to comment on it in the live chat. Anyway, do you know what I mean? You may as well be there and say it.
I'm just saying, Nathan, you may want to rethink this. Okay. I'm going to show you part of this.
Okay.
Don't you friggin' put it out as a show. You tracking with me?
Check if he's recording first, Huey.
He's fucking recording.
If this is awesome, I'd be lying if I said I'm not going to trim it out, wouldn't I?
Yeah, that's why I'm not going to fucking
I've done it. I've done it multiple times. But I mean, do you want me to pander? Do you want me to lie? Okay, I won't.
Yeah,
clever that one where he said he's not recording, and then he started recording like 5 minutes later. That was a pretty good one.
That's not happened. That's a lie. That's not happened. You've just made that up.
You just need QE. You can record it. You can put it out, but only after.
I probably won't. While I am recording, I can't be asked to hack out a section tonight. So.
Well, I'm not going to do the whole thing. I'm just going to introduce you to this belly laugher. Okay?
Yeah.
That ain't going to matter. All right, hold on.
We don't get the pomp and circumstance of who this is going to be? Or
yeah,
is it just like old lady?
Yeah, it's Will Duffy, and he's giving out a golden shower ticket.
Golden shower ticket?
Yeah. Well, he called it the golden ticket, so I rearranged it to the golden shower ticket, which metaphorically, it's actually a golden shower ticket.
Oh my God. So Will Duffy is now Willie the Wanker. That golden ticket.
Yeah.
Willie Wanker and his golden shower ticket.
You're not going to fucking believe this, guys. I'm telling you.
Come with me and you'll see a world of pure imagination.
Horrendous.
You ready?
I love that song.
You ready?
Yeah, ready.
I'm singing.
Hey, everybody. Glad to see everyone. Let's see here. I am very excited to introduce everyone that's following the final experiment to people who applied for, put an entry in for the golden ticket. I've enjoyed
the golden shower ticket.
Because I've got
Get
a
it?
golden ticket.
The golden shower ticket.
Receiving these entries because I'm learning a lot about people, learning their story. They say that it's impossible to dislike someone when.
All right, let me preface this. Let me tell you what's going on here. I don't know what they did. They crowdfunded or something to get enough cash together, $31,000, to have one extra ticket. And so he put out messages. I don't know how he did this, but he put out a message, and you had to follow his criterion to apply for, and this is all flat earthers, to get a ticket to Antarctica free. So you have it. This guy is a certified clown, but I like what he did here because it's hilarious. So he put this out to the flat earth community, and flat earthers are going to apply. They have to follow his rules, give their story, give their background, why they should be the one to be allowed to go to Antarctica. Everyone follow it.
Yes.
Can I just add something to that?
Yeah, go
The
ahead.
reason he did that was because nobody was interested on our side. He needed more people from our side.
Yeah. Okay. Everyone got the motif? Here we go.
When you know their story, and I think there's a lot of truth to that. I also want to say this, which is that this golden ticket experience and offer has really re-energized me in the final experiment, because it gets a little bit hard to maintain your excitement.
So stop a sec. I agree. I feel invigorated, and I've got a little tingling sensation in my nuts.
Guess who the first applicant is?
Go on.
Brian.
Brian?
The flat earth side.
It is Brian, but not our Brian.
Is just constantly putting it
It's not
down,
Brian Leake, is it?
turning down offers for their trips to be paid for. And so people who put in entries on the flat earth side for the golden ticket showed a lot of excitement. And so thank you. So this has been, this has filled my cup for sure. Okay. Before we meet the finalists and make a decision here, I do want to say a couple of things. One is I don't have a second monitor. And so live streaming without a second monitor is not easy. So I'll do my best. First thing I'd like to say, I'm just reading off my notes here, is that we received entries from 5 continents. So 8 countries that span 5 continents. So that was very, very exciting.
Why was that exciting? Is that a shocking occurrence to you? Since we're on the internet and we can speak to people all over the world, how is this surprising to you? Are you trying to put on an air that everyone in the world is so interested in this clusterfuck of the final excrement? Is this what you're trying to go for here?
That's
you
right.
abject retard? Fuck.
Obviously, this is being watched all over the world.
See where he's going? He's got delusions of grandeur.
I also do want to say this, which is that unfortunately, over half of the entries did not follow the instructions.
So he's going to portray flat earthers as fuckwits. Of course, he doesn't have to portray.
I always think it's a good idea to mock your potential contestants. It's always a good idea.
Yes, to try to to let everyone know that there's pretender clown flat earthers out there. Well, duh.
And I gave specific instructions for a reason, which is that when you go to a place like Antarctica, You have to be able to follow instructions. Your life depends on it. So
Yeah.
it's a very, very harsh climate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've got to be able to beg the question the way we want you to for a start. You know, you've got to know that you're going down to the bottom of a ball for a start. So if you can't follow instructions and, you know, understand what we're trying to achieve when we go down there, then, you know, you're not going to be much help to us. So it's good that we weed out the guys that can't, you know, follow rules.
It's the death cell. You could die.
Part of the world. But that's okay. Enough people did follow the instructions, and we're going to meet some of them today.
So just so
Now,
I'm
I
clear,
have to-
hold on. So let me get it straight. For me, I was allowed to be invited without any rules to be even suggested. I was just allowed to get an invite, but all of these people have to follow rules before they get an invite. Oh, I see. So I got special treatment, did I? Oh, that's nice to know. So you minions, when you're dealing with him, you don't get the same treatment as me. I'm special in the eyes of Will. You're just minions and should be following some rules. Me, I just get a carte blanche invite. What a cock.
Yeah. Did he give you a personal invite, by the way?
No. Just made videos about it.
Call out before we start 2 people specifically that made entries.
So he's going to give these 2 knuckle draggers, but then he's going to parade all these knuckle dragging flat earthers that he Jedi mind tricked. This is what's going to happen, folks.
And I want to apologize ahead of time for calling you out, but I feel like I have no choice. Each one of these people did something that I think deserves to be stated. And so the first one is this guy right here. He made a video entry, and I clearly stated in the rules that you would need to make an email entry. And so this guy was...
Couldn't I put a video within an email? You dumb fuck.
No swearing.
Disqualified.
No fucking recording.
Right from the outset.
late for that, Nathan.
I'm not even going to turn on his...
Go ahead, Brian.
I'm just saying it's a bit late for that. It's saying no swearing now. You have to swear.
That's right.
80
I'm
times.
No, I've got
the shit out.
my eldest daughter in the next room. Although she's not sat next to me, I just don't want to hear it. I don't want her hearing it.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry.
All right.
I thought it was just for the recording. I apologize.
You're just
Okay,
selfish.
me
You just didn't think this through. None of you do. It's like you're just in your own little worlds thinking about your selfish little selves. I mean, I think we should have a whole show on this.
Yeah, I think we should. Tomorrow show.
His audio on this video here, because if you don't follow the rules, you don't really deserve to be heard. So you're the first one that was disqualified. Now the second one,
I mean, it's firm,
man.
but I think it's fair.
What's that?
It's firm, but it's fair, isn't it?
Yes.
I don't know why this rubbed me the wrong way, but it did. And so I just want to make a quick note of it. So Dan the Waterman, if you're watching right now,
You guys remember Dan? Hello? You guys
Yeah, I
heard-
do, yeah.
Yeah, Dan the Waterman.
Waterman.
Yeah. He was on the show a few times.
your entry was interesting, to say the least. You and I have spoken once. I don't remember when. It was on one of the interviews I've done. But Dan the Waterman did make an entry, and he did follow the rules, but he asked for $10,000 on top of having his trip
That was nice. I like it. I like it. I like that move. That was class move. Way to go, Dan.
paid for to go to Antarctica. And so that just seemed a little bit over the top for me.
Why? I would ask for it. Maybe $20,000 stipend on top of it for this train wreck of an affirming the consequent fucking idiot pseudoscientific experiment. That's what I would charge.
With the expense of going to Antarctica and what it costs, that just seemed a little over the top. So I wanted to mention that. Okay, so here's how this is going to go. We are going to introduce the audience to some of the finalists, and they're not all here yet. So hopefully they will show up, but I want you guys to meet and to see and to hear from those who I have been communicating with and those who I have heard some of their story. And I'm going to explain why I chose them as a finalist, and you're going to get to hear from them. And then at the end, we're going to put everybody up on the screen, and we will.
Oh my God!
I know, my God, bloody hellfire!
I'm so excited.
I'm not in the slightest. I'll just get to the bleeding point.
This is the
That's what we
Anthony
say to you.
Ryan school, isn't it? Hey, tell them what you're going to tell them. Then tell them. Then tell them what you've told him.
And then tell him again.
Yeah.
What he's doing, he's stalling because not all the people are there yet. You guys kind of missed that because you're on your own fuckwit agendas.
So we are
please
left
stop
with
swearing.
the golden
Sorry.
ticket winner. So here we go. Let's see here. I am going to do this alphabetically just to make it easy. And so the first person is Brian.
I told you. Brian, come on down. You're the next contestant on the final excrement.
I want to thank my family,
me
my mother,
pull.
my producer.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So who's the first pretender clown? I can't swear, but you get the idea.
Brian up here.
Got me, Brian.
And there it is. What a clown. What a dumbass clown. Wow, dude. What's going on here? Did somebody belt you one?
That looks like he's cut himself shaving.
He got himself shaving.
So what's wrong with Brian going? I don't get it. What's the issue here?
Well, see, this is a parade of pretender clown retards, Nathan. They've been Jedi mind tricked by this guy into thinking that this thing is legitimate. So they're going to parade themselves up here as being contestants for the golden shower ticket.
Okay.
You follow that? You're
Yeah,
getting
I got
that
all
now. Is it coming through?
Brian, how are you?
Hey, man, how you doing, Will?
Great. You want to
You figured you'd fix your mic first, right? Brian Leakey.
Oh, no.
Brain-
I've warmed to this a lot more. So I thought that pomp and circumstance was just for him to be reading names out. If he's got all the contestants appearing on this live stream, this could get quite interesting. This is suddenly.
I don't tell you that.
I'm suddenly into this a lot more now.
Yeah, turn that record button off. This is mine. This is copyright.
Brian going to be?
What?
Right. Brian's going to have to be Augustus Gloop in this competition.
introduce yourself?
He can't hear you and his mic doesn't work. He's got his shit together.
He's a mute.
Can you introduce yourself?
I heard you perfect before, and then you started robot. Can you repeat that?
Yeah, I just want you to introduce yourself.
He's a ventriloquist.
He's still not doing it because his audio connection, his
Hold on,
connection's all
just
screwed
keep
up.
pressing play. I want to see how Will deals with this.
Microphone check. Microphone check.
I can hear you. It's just a little broken up. Now you're muted.
Jesus.
All right, give me a mic check.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. I
So
can.
just pause at this
All
point.
right, great. You want to
Just can you pause? Great live stream, Will. Slick, real smooth.
introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Brian Leakey.
Brains leaking?
I've been a flat earther for about 8 years.
So you've been a flat earther for 8 years. Interesting.
My passion is in modeling.
His passion is modeling. Is that you? Are you a runway model?
Yes, underwear model.
He's an underwear model. I would suggest not shaving your nose.
Run the channel, Brian Leakey, and Flat Earth Test. I've got a
Flat Earth tests. Would that be flat Earth experiments, Brian?
No, it's short for testicles.
channel,
Testicle. Nice one.
small one on Rumble and on TikTok. My case for entering this is that I didn't have a whole lot of followers, so I'm not monetized. You know, I've just been doing this looking for the truth. But I have been around this for a long time, and I've never been scared to debate anybody.
So he's not scared. So he's fallen for this. Flat earthers are scared. So, but Brian and his idiot childlike ego isn't scared. That's why he wants to be a contestant. Listen to this.
And everybody, I've been on every debate platform, and
Hang on. Are they suggesting that we're scared of this? Now,
Yes.
if I'd have known that they were suggesting I'm scared of this, I'd have signed up immediately.
Yeah, that's what Brian did. Brain's leaking. Exactly. You got it.
Discord. So I'm not the big name brand that y'all were looking for, but I'm very well known in the community.
Oh, you're well known, all right.
So
As a moron.
Yes.
at one time or
Can I
another,
just say something about Brian? There's been Brian, right? He just gets stuff wrong, and he'll argue the toss about with me under videos in comment sections, right? But he will actually concede, and he does actually have a fair degree of humility to him if you take the time with him. He's demonstrated that to me on multiple occasions. So I don't want you to just train wreck Brian Leakey. Yes, he gets things wrong. We all do. But I will stand up for him because he has on many occasions shown me humility. I just want to drop that in there.
Thank you. Thank you for that. On many occasions, he showed to be a demonstrable moron to me that has no humility, that is an abject retard. So
Yes,
I can assure you of that.
Okay, well, in the interest of balance, he's also done that with me. Yes, that's true also.
debated 90% of the people actively involved in this community, or debated alongside the people on the flat earth side. And I'm very interested because I do not believe there is a 24-hour sun in Antarctica, man.
You don't believe it?
So
Okay.
let it play on. Let's see if Will takes up the reins. If
I always
that's
try to keep it real, man. That's one thing I will, I don't mind humbling myself if I'm wrong about something. I'm always trying to keep it real. I'd love to see it for myself.
Oh dear, Brian doesn't watch us, does he? He doesn't understand the fallacies that are being used. I don't believe there's a 24-hour sun in Antarctica. Oh, well, that's a fascinating non sequitur. Who gives a crap whether or not you believe it?
Yeah, he's that stupid. And I thought you said you were a flat earther for 8 years. That doesn't sound like you're a flat earther. You know what it sounds like? That you're a true earther. You like how I did that last night, by the way? Did anyone catch it? Hello?
No, I was waiting until this call ended. I could go and watch that show because now I'm all interested in that show. But you got me hooked on this, so now you got me all confused about what I'm supposed to be doing, John.
I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you. So, did you like the way I portrayed it, or the way he portrayed it? And he was in a category error because he was presenting the case. The two parties were flat earthers versus globetards when it was not.
Oh my God! You go on and on and on.
He only had claim true earthers.
Yeah, you like that nuance?
Cool. Yeah. So the reason I chose you as a finalist is because
you're retarded.
You run a pretty popular YouTube channel called Flat Earth Tests, and
is that like Flat Earth Experiments?
And I've seen you make the rounds in the debate circuit. Do you want to tell us a little bit about what Flat Earth Tests means?
Yeah, I named it Flat Earth Test originally because hey, that name wasn't working, and I wanted to test everything. I didn't want to come off as somebody certain about anything. And
Then why are you testing stuff? Did it from your test? How long has your channel been up?
And
haven't you reached a conclusion yet?
And approximately how close to quote testing everything have you got? Have you tested blue? Let me know how your test on blue goes.
I did kind of go down that road a little up, but I'm a hands-on type of flat earther. I seen your show yesterday with Joe Harvey. Hats off to him because he's also hands-on. He's he likes to
Right, Kiwi, can you
show
pause?
things. And
Can we spin past Brian because this train wreck mic's driving me nuts.
Okay.
Just go to the next guy.
It's not a guy.
It's a girl.
Oh yeah, she's a sweetheart too.
Oh, okay.
There she is.
I need to go now.
Right.
Hey, Cassidy.
Hi.
Yay, we can hear
Hey,
her.
nice to meet you, Will.
Yeah, can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Cassidy. I'm actually from Southern Maryland, but I recently moved to New York State up by Lake Erie. So lots of potential for flat Earth tests. I'm a huge fan of that channel, Brian.
You're a huge fan of Brian. See that disqualifies
Okay,
you. I was.
Check out that room. Isn't that cool? She's got arched roof with a skylight in it. Really nice background with like trees. Where is she? She said she's in New York State. Is it really pretty there?
Oh yeah, it's beautiful.
It looks it. I can see through the back of her window. I'm well jealous.
Yep, that's a painting.
Oh, is it? Is it?
No, that's a window.
I couldn't just squint and going, is it? Am I that dumb?
I was looking at the vent up here. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, that's a skylight, isn't it? Is that not a skylight?
It's it might be. You know what? Now that you say so, yeah, I think it might be. It looked like a vent.
It could be a duct.
Looks like she's living in a caravan.
That pillar could be. Yeah, it could be a bloody static.
But she's a sweetheart, boy.
And so,
Cool.
thanks for having me.
Yes. So the reason I chose you as a finalist is because of your story. You have a rocky past, which you don't have to go into details on. But the thing that I loved about your story is that you had your daughter at 19. And that seemed to really change your life. So tell us a little bit more about you.
Why?
Yeah.
Sorry,
okay.
pause.
What seriously?
Yeah.
What? Why do I give a crap about this?
It's about his sex life. How she had a baby at 19. Come on.
No, he's trying to tug at the heartstrings of the audience.
No.
Of course he is. Come across as if he's
Let me
a
just
good guy.
hold on, Brian. Let me
Adam
just-
is having a fucking seizure.
1 second.
Yeah,
I just want to
want to have
acknowledge
one too,
QE.
but
Hold on,
Adam
Brian. 1 sec.
Not allowing it.
Well, you can go next. So, yeah, I get it. He's taken. I get his motivation for doing it in this way. My point stands though. What the hell does this have to do with anything?
Yeah. What's your objection, Adam?
What the actual is going off now? Is this like who's got the shittest story? You've got a really sad story. I heard you got banged up as a teenager, changed your life. Yeah. But what the hell has that got to do with anything? In terms, what is he doing?
This is like what they do at the front.
How can a bad story be getting banged up at 19? I mean, that could have been a good story, isn't it?
It reminds me of some evangelical preachers where they'd get up and they'd say, I was an ex-heroin addict, I was the lowest of the low, or I was in the... Like, sorry, are you going to preach the word of God to me, or are you going to tell me about how much partying you did before you found Jesus?
Check out his expression, come on.
I mean, I personally see it as he's putting the girl on the spot. Why even bring that up? Just say, I know her background story, and that's it. Don't bring it up. Don't be talking about what happened when she was 19. Don't be bringing up the opposite. She's putting her, making her into a victim.
What?
That's
No.
She did that. She put it in her application.
She's put the fucking thing in an email.
Yeah, exactly, Adam.
not
She's
just
the one
meant-
who put it in her application. That's why he's lent into it. She flinched, but she didn't suddenly recoil at the horror of him repeating something that had a private messaging session. She's put it in her application.
Yeah, but part of the application might be to tell him about yourself. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah. So
There's rules to his application.
Right. Then she thought it was pertinent to put a sob story about being a young mum. Either way, she's put that information there. And let's say he has gone, hi, any problems in your youth? Any issues in your life that we could discuss? Then he is a scrope, but come on. The likelihood this is just freely given information in the application.
Well, I like that they're sharing that these people have really bad judgment. Let's show how bad their judgment is, focus on that for a little bit, and then that'll explain why they're flat earthers a little bit later.
Sort of.
I think
That's
it's a little bit different. I think there's a little bit more to it than that even.
no,
I
that's
think
part.
it's like,
That's a little part of it. A little bit. There's many facets to this. Let me just tell you that she doesn't give up her story. Just so you know. Go ahead, Brian.
well, yeah, well, what he's pointing out is, in some ways, is that all these flat earthers, with the exception of one who claims to be a scientist, basically are either conspirators or uneducated. That's
Yeah.
what he's trying to.
Yes. Yeah, we all know what he's doing. Yeah.
I'm not a conspirator, nor am I uneducated. I was uneducated, but now I'm not.
Yeah. Yeah, we all know what he's doing. Can I continue?
Absolutely.
I
I mean,
definitely
I'm
follow
not
my
charged.
heart.
That was a rhetorical question.
Tell us a little bit more about you.
Yeah, okay. I definitely follow my heart, and my first real big experience with that was dropping out of college, and yeah, it's been rough, but definitely grown a lot along the way, and I'm always searching for truth and trying to learn,
What's your sign?
Oh God.
and
Can we spin past
just
this one
be
too?
a
No, we're not spinning past it. This is mine.
good role model, and build a good future and world for my daughter. So
Awesome.
that's me homeschooling her now. So everything is coming together.
Cool. And you have her blessing to go?
Yes, she officially gave me her blessing and wants me to go. And she is a bit of a flat earther. She's not totally, I don't try to convince her of anything, but she's kind of a flat earther. So she's on my team.
Awesome. Well, thanks again for applying. I really did enjoy reading your story, and just it was a story of survival.
So
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. That means a lot.
There's literally no connection to her in terms of the subject matter itself and her relevance to it. It's just you appreciated a nice sob story about getting knocked up, and then what she followed the rules, therefore can put herself in mortal danger, potentially leaving her child an orphan. Well, I suppose she can follow the rules and she's got a good story. How's she relevant to the subject at all? Did anybody glean any relevance to the subject matter whatsoever from that?
But she's relevant to him because he knows that he can manipulate women. He knows women are easier to manipulate than men. Because all you have to do is bring an emotional element into it, and suddenly they'll defend you till the end of the earth.
Okay, I'll make a
Do you know
note
what I
of
mean?
that.
Right.
Fine. Just make a quick
That's
note.
what
Brian thinks women are easily manipulated. Got it. Thanks, Brian.
they are, and that's why certain women, right, who were even feminist types, the original feminist types, said that women shouldn't be voting because they vote with their emotions and not with their logical side.
Yeah, we know
And
about
that's what
women.
he's doing.
We know about women. So we know about them. We just whenever we think of a woman, we just think of a man and then take away reason and accountability. And then we're good.
I think all he's managed there, whether she's a woman or if it had been a bloke, the important thing there is he got a testimony that this flat earther is a college dropout.
Yes.
Thanks for seeing that.
Okay, cool.
All right.
He was a sweetheart, though. You gotta give her that.
You mean she had a pretty
Oh,
face?
she's a
All right.
nice girl, no doubt about that. Yeah.
What do you mean she's a sweetheart? What did we find out? Okay, sorry. Yeah, I feel like I know her. I feel like she'd make an excellent mother. And yeah,
She's pretty. She's pretty, Nathan.
She's got a soft nature to her, Nathan. You fucking ignorant mong.
Right.
yeah. Because that's something I should concern myself. Her level of femininity is very important in this discussion about Antarctica's affirming the consequent fallacy. It's important I remember she's very feminine. Thank you. Soft, gentle. I bet she's smooth all over.
Yeah, but that's going to be in his considerations, isn't it? Is she strong enough to throw him overboard?
I knew I'd get some good things from you guys. Yeah.
Okay, up next is my man Crumb.
Who's this? Bob Dylan.
Crumb, how are you?
Hola. Hola.
1 second.
They are changing.
Hey, how's
Can
it
I
going?
just
Well,
point
good to
something
see
out
you
here,
again.
please?
Yeah, can you?
Yeah, go ahead.
No, this crazy looking nutter talk. Come on, let's hear from this guy.
Hang on, Nathan. Hang on. I need to point something out about Will Duffy. Very recently, Will Duffy said that he had a German flat earther who wanted to be going to Antarctica, and then he pulled out or made things awkward and pulled out. But nobody ever heard of this guy, and nobody in Germany who were flat earthers knew who the guy was. He had only 200-something subscribers. Nobody knew anything about him. So technically, Will Duffy made up a flat earther that would come in, pretend he's a flat earther, basically be awkward, then avoid going on the trip and basically make us look bad. That's only within a week ago. Just wanted to put that out there.
He's saying
I
Chris
It's
is real.
important.
I see. That's pretty creepy. I wouldn't put it past this fucking. Sorry.
Let's hear
This
from Chris.
clown. Again?
Said let's hear from Chris. Chris Crum.
Shut up! I was talking. Damn.
Chris Crum's on.
Can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Chris Crumb. I have a channel called Don't Follow Crumb on
Okay, we won't.
YouTube.
That's exactly what he wanted you to say. You fell in his trap. That's how you become a crumster.
Crumbs.
More of a we talk about flat Earth a lot.
What? What, Elijah? Stop interrupting the show then.
But I don't do proofs as much, but more focus on the psychological.
He's more focused on the psychological part. Let's see your feet. I will bet you got open-toed sandals. I'll guarantee it. Let's see him now.
He's one of those flat earthers that don't do proofs. Okay, next.
Transitioning that many flat earthers go through, and
He's into more psychology of the transitioning that flat earthers go through when they're flat earthers and the psychological impacts it has on their feelings.
He's got that Adam Meakin issue where he's got his mic 4 feet away from him in an echoey room.
Yeah.
and try to have a space where we can kind of talk about our personal experience.
Your feelings, where you can talk about feelings. Yeah.
Of how it affects us, and so yeah, that's what I've been doing for about 4 years now.
But the times, they are changing.
Awesome. Yeah, I chose you as a finalist because you've got a great reputation in the flat Earth community. I feel like pretty much.
Stop.
Really?
Sorry. Hold on. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 8 of us here. Who's heard of Chris Crum?
Who hasn't
I
heard
never
of
have.
Chris Crum?
Who hasn't is the question, Nathan.
Look, I'm not asking you, Crumpster. Just except for Adam the Crumpster.
Oh.
Seriously,
I don't follow
he's got a good
Crumb.
reputation in the flat Earth community, says Will Duffy. Hands up, who's heard of Chris Crumb?
Look, whenever I'm a bit confused and I need a safe space to discuss how I'm navigating this flat Earth, yeah, it's a great place to go.
The
Never heard
Crumpster.
of it, I'll be honest.
The
You're
Crumpsters.
dumb if you don't follow Crumb.
Yeah.
You
Yeah, I don't
bastards.
follow
You're all
Crumb. Nope.
bastards. Nobody's heard of him, Duffy.
No, he's another person no one's heard of. I didn't hear of the lady before him. I only know of Brian Leakey. Yes, I know of Brian Leakey. The rest I don't.
Thanks.
Everybody knows who you are, but I also like your style.
Oh, thanks.
Oh,
I like his style too. He's got the messy hair. He's got the giant earphones. He's got the mic that's 4 feet away, and the tash. I mean, he's got it all.
Chris Crumb is going to be on Flattoberfest.
Now, this is a man who recognizes when he's being lied to. You can see it right there. He just told him he liked his style, and he knew instinctually he was being lied to, didn't he? No. he's flattered. You like my style? What is it? The giant earphones? The messy hair? What is it? What is it about my style that you like?
Try to get a little
interview.
style. Sure.
Keep going.
Oh,
keep going.
This guy is famous. This guy is like, he's going to host Flattoberfest. He's a musician, comedian, be hosting Flattoberfest and also performing live music and hosting the karaoke on the Friday night at Flattoberfest.
Make fun of him all you want, but he's doing something. He's proving Earth is flat or spherical.
Hold up. I got to check something. Is he on the Two Earthers panel? I forgot to check that.
Not exactly. He's not on the panel. He's rolling the wheels of steel.
Wheels of steel, either. Let me check first. True scammers. Remember the motif I brought up yesterday of a Two Earthers? Let's see if he's in here.
Might be under DJ Chris Crumb.
Chris Crumb, he's there. Yep. Yeah, he's on. You know the slide I pulled up yesterday of Two Earthers and all their pictures? He's on there with Taboo Conspiracy. Yeah, he's there.
He's not a flat earther either. I mean, we didn't establish if the very sweet and soft lady there was a flat earther or not. I mean, apparently she is, because that's what this is, but her affinity to flat earth or her understanding of it wasn't really discussed. It's just, her upbringing and her dropping out of college and having a kid, which is lovely and all.
Yeah.
But this guy's definitely not a flat earther. He's a true earther. I mean, it could be a really big ball, right, Chris?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, I try to keep it light. The waking up to flat Earth, in my experience.
No, waking up to Two Earth, Chris. Get it right.
Was very overwhelming, and the psychological transition was like it was overwhelming. It was just very overwhelming. I found it very hard to talk.
Mine
Check out Will Duffy gurning. He's chewing his own face off while he's listening to this shite. Look at his face. Rewind it 10 seconds and watch him gurn as he spews this shite at Will. And he's trying desperately not to chew his own face off as he listens to this crap.
You want me to pull it? You want?
No, don't rewind. It's not necessary.
I am.
Just sounding like to me
and the psychological transition.
Hold up. Go ahead, Adam.
The way Chris is talking, I don't think he's over this. I think he's still overwhelmed because he's not put a coherent sentence together to explain what he does other than just realise that people can be overwhelmed, which he seems to still be.
Yeah.
Was very overwhelming, and the psychological transition was like it was overwhelming. It was just very overwhelming.
He's not
Are you saying it was overwhelming?
Yeah, I was just going to say that.
It seems a little bit
overwhelmed, does he?
Is this guy overwhelmed? I don't know. Someone tell me if he's overwhelmed.
We pull a fiver.
Wow, 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 wow. You want a fiver?
No.
I mean, it's found it very hard to talk to anybody. Because it's so taboo, it's not something you would say to your therapist, and actually they would believe.
My therapist.
So let me get it straight. You like this guy who is in therapy to go down to Antarctica with you? I see. Good choice.
Believe you, they probably prescribe.
What, Adam?
You know why he can't tell his therapist about it?
Why?
It's so overwhelming.
It's a totally overwhelming subject to deal with. It's hard to deal with it in therapy.
You something for being crazy. So it left this void where we were all just trying to figure out, like, is this really normally this really happening to us? And I believe it, like the whole flat Earth movement, as it should, really focus on the proofs, and that's definitely necessary. And I went down that road, and I've learned a lot of stuff. But what I found was, we weren't really talking about all the side effects.
There's side effects now. Yeah, our side effects.
Who's this we? I'm not connected to this guy or any of these bullshit. Sorry.
Yep.
I'll wake up the flat
Took
Earth.
me
How
8
it affects
seconds,
our
and then I
family
started
and
laughing.
friends.
Yeah, 8 seconds, and then I laughed. It was over. All the trauma done.
All the side effects of waking up the flat Earth, how it affects our family, our friends, the
gerbils.
Just on a serious note. So I want to just kind of agree with, hold on, just with Brian, right? When Brian's saying it's like over in 8 seconds, well, yeah, I think the sentiment that I'm going to go with is that when people describe this kind of trauma as a result of flat Earth, I think that trauma is actually down to not knowing that the Earth is flat. That is to say that I think that a lot of people in flat Earth do suffer from this trauma, and it's because they don't know. Therefore, they're in ambiguity. They think it's flat and believe it's flat and seem to have been presented enough evidence to suggest that it's flat, but they don't know, and therefore that not knowing is the traumatic bit that this guy's describing. Hello? Adam.
Sorry, I had a phone call.
I'm overwhelmed.
On mute.
I'm slightly overwhelmed also. All of this is very overwhelming.
I think he should go. Imagine him on the boat with them for like a few weeks. They'd be overwhelmed. What? I've seen a penguin, guys. Just give me a hug. I'm overwhelmed at the sight of a penguin, and he'd be hugging the ball earthers.
It'd be worse than that. It would start far sooner. Chris, can you just check that bag? It's quite big. I was going to have it as carry on. This is all a bit overwhelming.
I was gonna have it as carry on. Wait a second. We have to stop. I have to discuss my feelings.
Relationships, and how much of that is, our fault or their fault, because we tend to play victim roles very quick, and get mad at anybody who doesn't see it our way, and it's really just, it's.
I got a serious question. Does he have a pussy?
I don't know. He may well have a vagina. We don't know. We can't be sure.
Come on, play.
No,
fucker.
just you're ignoring his cogent points here. You do need to establish who is going to be the victim. Is it their fault? Is it your fault? And how is this going to affect our relationship? I'm tracking with this dude.
I'm overwhelmed.
I'm slightly overwhelmed.
It's a need for connection. But,
I'm underwhelmed.
Without there's no like handbook on how to go through this, and I think most people just pretend like it doesn't bother them and just say, the hell with them. I don't, who needs my family anyway? If they
Oh
won't
man,
see
this
it my
guy's a
way. Well, to
genius.
me,
This is epic. Right, once we're done writing the book, guys, what we also need to write alongside it is a guide on how to deal with this information emotionally, how we should deal with our friends and family based on the information that we take. We need to put a separate book together. This guy's a freaking genius.
You're right.
There has to be a better way.
The first book's going to be good, but imagine all those overwhelmed people when they get the second book, how they'll manage to then cope.
They can. Well, once they've read that book, we can promise them that they will be able to talk about it with their counsellor.
Way if they won't see it my way. Well, to me, that's it. There has to be a better
Can I
way.
say something,
and
please?
So
I'm going to go with no.
Yeah,
Me too.
I just want to say this guy, Crump, this is the exact type of guy that Danny Faulkner will debate in a heartbeat.
A bit random.
I think he's the one to go. Yeah. Look at Will. He doesn't know what to do.
Just
He's
sat there
become
chewing his face
crippled.
off and twitching, literally twitching.
I always try to focus on that because it seems like there's just not a lot of talk about those kinds of things, and whether it is flat or not, there's a lot.
See, told you, I called it. He doesn't know. All this trauma he's describing isn't because of finding out Earth's flat, because of his last statement, whether it's flat or not. I can't. Can anyone here make that statement? I can never say that statement. I can't say whether or not it's flat. I can't make that because it is flat. There's no ambiguity here. But if there was, I'd probably be in quite a lot of pain and slightly overwhelmed.
The trauma is coming from his lack of understanding of what he used to believe. That's his trauma.
You got it. That's what he just admitted to by making that statement.
Yep.
Chris.
Spot on.
This is really non sequitur pussy behavior.
No, but he's been picked because this is the perfect candidate to buy, based on his last statement, the false dichotomy. Whether or not it's flat or a globe, you're perfect. So we'll be figuring one or the other out in this false dichotomy, won't we, Chris Crum? Oh, yeah. Dumbo.
Yeah, but it didn't jive with the 5 minutes of torture we just endured.
Yeah.
How can you have trauma being a flat earther when you don't know the Earth's flat?
Exactly. Therefore, the trauma can only be his lack of understanding of his previous religion or lack of understanding of Earth being measured flat.
Yes. This is quite troubling, Chris. You true earther.
A lot of people that believe it. I definitely believe it.
You believe that's what we're into. We're concerned with your beliefs and the trauma that it may cause.
And so there are a lot of people who have probably made the same mistakes I have.
I don't think so. They're coherent. You're not.
Hold on. Look into this guy's eyes, right? I know we're mocking him, but this guy looks stressed. It looks like he's missing sleep. He's kind of how I'm imagine the anti-flat earthers look, right? Sort of a bit worn out. And now I am a bit under the weather right now, literally this second. But I don't feel like I look like this, which is burnt out and exhausted and talking about how stressful things are. Quite the contrary. When I talk about this subject, it's like, well, it's the one thing that I'm literally now indifferent to because I know and can kind of get on with my day without giving it a second thought. Whereas for this guy, that is not the case. Look at his eyes. This guy's knackered, isn't he?
Yep.
Worn him down.
And so, that's kind of my whole style is keeping the vibes high, having empathy.
That's your whole style is keeping the vibes high with your open-toed sandals and really bad breath and all the stress it caused you of not being a flat earther. Thanks, Chris. The times are definitely a changing.
Empathy for both sides. Talk about
what are the sides?
He
what's
should
really
be,
going on.
you know, on Star Trek, he should go as an extra golden. He should be the ship's counselor for both sides. This guy.
Yes, he should. He should be the golden shower counselor.
getting our ego in check, and trying to salvage the relationships that matter as we continue to go on this journey.
Oh God, this is so beta, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Star Rick, not Star Trek.
You also bring humor to it, which I love because
Oh, he's been hilarious so far.
there's so much tension and animosity.
There's a lot of tension, Adam.
And division. And so I do appreciate
lot of
that. And so I'm really glad
Overwhelming.
Lots of
glad
animosity.
glad you applied here.
Now we got everyone commenting.
Sure.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm
I came out with a video
look,
called
look, Will's happy that there's a lower testosterone level, that there's not actually anybody that's talking in any assertive, firm manner. He's took a shine to Chris.
Yeah.
These two could agree to disagree all day in a very pleasant way.
Yes. It kind of lifts my outlook on humanity.
Animosity and division. And so I do appreciate that. And so I'm really glad you applied here.
Sure. Yeah. I came out with a video called Flatterall, which is a
Who asked you what video you came out with?
I hope they would sing Kumbaya.
That's what I was getting ready. What was the name of that video again?
Applied here.
Sure. Yeah. I came out with a video called Flatterall, which is
Flatterall. Well, you're not a flat earther. Remember?
Are they having the same conversation?
What?
No.
Are they having the same conversation at all?
No.
Nope.
No, Will's
No.
completely ignoring him. That's why I tracked along with him. So even though we're mocking him, at least I can pay attention to what he's actually saying and have some semblance of response, as ludicrous as what he's babbling about is.
Beta chat, you see.
Station for-
None of them have got the balls to say, excuse me, mate, did you even respond to what I just said? No, too beta.
flat earthers to help you through it.
What? I'm sorry. I got to pull a fiver on that one. Say that one more time, Chris.
The medication for flat earthers to help you through it.
It's his video is a medication to help you through it. Through what? You're not a flat earther. You already said so.
And it's pretty funny. It's just a little commercial.
It's funny. You need to be institutionalized. Is what needs to happen. You and your pussy.
But I noticed during the lockdowns as well.
Who asked you about lockdowns?
He needs to do something funny, or at least, concede it. Look him in the eye and go, look, I'm not funny. I'm not a comedian. But I'm hilarious.
You need to play that keyboard.
Well, the times, they are changing.
That the stuff that I did that was funny, it didn't rub anybody the wrong way when I was trying to convey a message.
How do you know? Did everyone contact you, watch the video, say that it was funny or it wasn't?
And I think there's a lot to it. It's a lot harder than just saying what's on your mind. You have to be creative, but I think it's worth it because people get
What the hell is he on about now?
I don't know.
triggered really easily.
I
when
don't.
You're questioning other people's beliefs and you're attacking them.
You're questioning other people's beliefs and attacking them. Huh?
And there's a fine line there, and I'm always.
Well, where's the line at? What is this abstract?
Oh, it's just total word salad. It's meaningless guff.
Yeah, he's the flippy floppy, unsure, unconfident guy who gets taken apart by Danny Faulkner.
Awesome, man. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Awesome. Just awesome, man. Thank you. Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
Okay, up next is
Me.
Jeff. Jeff, how's it going?
What's up, Jeff?
That's going great. How about you, Pastor Duffy?
Pastor Duffy. What is this on his shirt? Flat Earth wallet. Huh?
Oh, he's the one with the flat Earth wallet over my way, son.
Great. Can you introduce yourself?
Yeah,
I'm Jeff, flatearthwallet.com.
Jeff Schmidt from Grand Rapids, Michigan area. Been flat Earth leaning for
What?
Flat Earth leaning.
Did he say flat Earth lean?
He said flat Earth leaning for. He's going to give you a time frame now.
Doesn't know.
Nope. He's been leaning that way though, Nathan. Give him a break.
for about 7 years now.
Very decisive character. You've been leaning that way for 7 years. Okie dokie.
Wait a second. I got to get involved here. Did he say leaning for 7 years?
Metaphorically, Neil, he's been
Continue
leaning
leaning,
into flat Earth for
fella.
7 years. That's what he's saying, right? What he means is, right, let's not mock him too much. These disclaimers are good. It's straight to the crux of the issue. This guy does not know it's flat. Doesn't know it's measured flat. Doesn't know the globe comes from the flat Earth measure. He doesn't know any of this. Therefore, he's got a strong belief in flat Earth that he's had for 7 years. And he's disclaiming that. Well, good. Now we can summarize and move on. Thank you for being honest. Good for you.
Yeah, stay leaning.
How will you lean without a horizontal plane of reference, though? I'd like to see that.
There's plenty over on this side of the camp at the bottom of the YouTube suggested algorithmic influence. You know, there's us telling him it's measured flat and that all of the religious beliefs thereafter come from those measurements. Meanwhile, he spent 7 years leaning. Not typing in flat Earth on a daily basis to YouTube searches and not finding us. No, not at all. Meanwhile, he's probably a true earther. True earther.
No, you can't do it. Your mouth's not built to do it. It's true earther.
Woo.
True.
Hang on. What this guy, and basically with the kind of with the exception of Brian Leakey, the rest of them, what they are people who would subscribe to and hang out with, are in Ballbusters. And they're told, FED, Nathan QE, and all those other people, they're toxic. And these people are people who are trying to chill. They're looking to get the ether out there, tell everyone about it, just chill. It's cool, bro, blah, blah, blah. Don't go near those guys. They're toxic. That's what these people are. It's unfortunate, but that's what they are. That's why they don't have that's why they're it's like they're on a tightrope. They don't know what way they're going to fall.
Outrageous to stereotype us like that, isn't it, Brian? I mean, it's only some of us that are toxic.
Hi. My name's John. I like long walks on the beach at night, jogging in the rain. I've been flat Earth leaning for 86 years.
I guess. So yeah, it's been interesting. Got into it originally because I'm a mortgage guy originally, and then insurance and whatnot. And when I found out the word mortgage meant death grip after I got my license, I was like, okay, this probably is not a good thing.
Is that what mortgage means? Really? All right. Interesting.
And then just going down that rabbit hole for the financial side of things, that was kind of my trip into the beginnings of.
Well, Nathan, at least he's got a good mic.
Yeah.
Of what's been going on. I figure, okay, wait a minute, they're lying about this. They're lying about reading my Bible. I'm like, they're lying about.
They're lying about reading your Bible. Huh?
They never come in his house and read his Bible, John, but they told him he did.
Evolution. I'm like, okay, what else?
What's that?
What else are they lying about? And so,
who are they?
That was my journey. There was just starting down that rabbit hole, and just one video.
What rabbit hole? What? Define rabbit hole.
After another, and one research paper after another, and so.
one research paper after another research paper on what? You know, I love how specificity and over attention to detail you are. I'm loving you.
He's talking about research papers that support Ether.
Ah.
Well, that was kind of how I got started.
Cool. So Jeff, I want to tell you that I chose you as a finalist because your story just absolutely broke my heart.
Oh, go. All right.
Oh no. Broke your heart. Shouldn't you go back to Crumb? He sounds like you need to devote some time to the breaking of the heart.
And you don't have to talk about it, but I just want you to know that.
No worries.
It was very, very impactful for me.
Well, again, yeah, it's just a weird. That was part of the down the rabbit hole. Was a business partner who stole, money, and our company went down, and blah blah blah. And then the wife left when I was doing research on the flat Earth, and now, of course, it's been used against me in court for our custody battle.
It sounds like you need to talk to Chris.
I'll tell you what, it shows that flat Earth, it'll destroy your life. Stay away from it. Flat Earth bad.
So it does cause a rift, shall we say? If it's like, well, why are you upset? If I want to believe in Santa Claus,
you want to believe.
Kind of right. If it doesn't take all your money off you, it's going to impregnate you at 17. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Let me believe in Santa Claus, but yeah, it's definitely caused some interesting issues. That's why I started.
So you believe in a flat Earth, then, right? Was that the dichotomy? I get it.
Can I just say?
I had a company.
Good.
Can I just say that? Really, I think these people, with maybe the exception of Brian Leakey, the rest of them should really be stuck in a room with AI overlord for a few hours and need to conversate. Because that's exactly what he's for. Yeah. Like he'll be like a hot knife through butter there. With the way he operates, like so militant. You know what I mean? That'd be perfect, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I like that. I like the cut of AI's jib sometimes.
Be a nonprofit called Pray It Forward.
That doesn't surprise you none, right?
No, I like him too when I'm not arguing with him. But that's what I mean. Like, I'm saying this would be perfect for, like, if he was hearing this, like, he was involved in, like, he would love to have them in a room.
So what you're saying, that you would love to be in a room with these guys? Is that what you're saying, AI?
No,
what you're saying?
I'm saying, yeah, that it would be like an intellectual firing squad.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I just wanted to confirm you were saying that. You want to tell us again?
If you want.
We're trying to help people get out of financial problems. And then when this whole flat Earth thing happened and she left, and
the flat Earth thingy, Nathan.
Trying to give her everything to keep the family together. That didn't end up working out. And so now that's the tool she's using to keep my kids from me, which is interesting. So I started flat Earthology because I want to get.
Don't you like this, Adam?
It's like a scripted assassination attempt. They're college dropouts. The flat Earth splits up their marriage. They're beta males who probably have grown a dodgy looking moustache.
Confused.
They're confused. Yeah, it's just like very. It's an indictment, in my opinion. This is just an attempt to paint a particular impression of these. This is just a random straw of flat earthers. Look, patsies. It's
Yep. You got it.
The Christians and the churchgoers, the financial people, the merchandisers, the suppliers. I want to get all of us on the same page. The Globers, the Flat Earth. Again, if we can have just a discussion.
What an outrage! What about the people who deal with logistics? Do they not have a voice, sir?
What about the janitorial workers? You racist.
And let's get this thing figured out. That's why I love.
Let's get what figured out? What are we trying to figure out?
The final experiment.
24-hour sun in Antarctica, right?
Oh.
That's what we're trying to figure out, this false dichotomy, begging the question, garbage ass logic fallacy, right?
Yeah.
I like the one around, the flying the planes in opposite directions as well.
Flying the planes? How do you fly a plane? Just a single plane on a globetard there, Jeff. You haven't been keeping up with the flat earth debate, have you? Because you're a true earther.
But this one to me is a huge thing. So I'm super pumped. If I could, be a part of that, that would be great.
Oh, he's pumped too, just like Candace was. He's super pumped. She was just pumped.
Because if I could either put it to rest and go back to my normal.
Is he saying that the TFE is even more of a proof than the one with the planes flying the other way?
I think so. Yep. I think that's what he was intimating, yes.
That well-known one.
Yes.
This is the point.
Normal life, that would be great.
None of these people are flat earthers,
but if not.
Shut up, Adam. Sorry, I can't stop it in time. Go ahead.
So none of these people are flat earthers. We've had true earthers. We've had, a mum that homeschools and teaches flat, but none of them. And then Jeff, and I've just looked up. He's got some website which is just basically another e-wallet that's titled that. And he clearly knows nothing. Hence the description. That's why he's super pumped about the fictitious excrement.
Yeah, exactly. That's my whole point with the treatment yesterday. That's my whole point. These aren't flat earthers.
They're shaky believers.
They're
Sorry, can I just ask a small favor? Sorry, Brian, go ahead.
Just 1 second. I'll be very quick, Nathan. The whole point of these people is if he brings any of these people to Antarctica and videotapes them looking at a 24-hour sun, right, they'll easily just go, it's a globe, because they're dopes. They don't know any better. And that's why he wants them.
Yes.
Sorry.
Can you just play a quick... I put a shorts video in. I just want you to play a few seconds of it. I know it's a pain in the ass to swap videos, but...
What a pain in the ass.
I've got it. It's in the G Plus chat. You just have to click
I
on
know where it is. That's not the pain in the ass. Now I got to change screens to play your little short clip.
Just for a few seconds. It'd be no trouble at all for me.
Hold on a second.
I bet you this is going to be subscribe to Nathan Oakley.
No, it's not.
Hold on. Take it. Put it here.
I've done it for you, Huey, so you don't have to. Oh, you've done it anyway.
No, go ahead.
It's there if you wish.
You probably don't need to play anything at this point.
I'm opening up a pack of divorced dads, so let's just get right into it. Okay. Starting off strong, dad's new look. Missing remote. The fridge. White Oakleys. I'll be honest, these aren't good ones so far. Actually, Facebook Market's not bad. Drywall hole. Okay, I have this one, but holographic. And it actually has a hole already in it. But this one's not.
Anyway, can you pause it?
Tower of Sad. Hey, look at that. That's a good one.
You get the general idea. You get the general gist, right?
Yeah. Nice touch. Thanks.
My pleasure.
Put it to rest and go back to my normal life. That would be great.
That's what he wants to do. He wants to, yeah, that's what he wants. Do y'all hear that? Let me pull it, Jay. This is it.
This one to me is a huge thing. So I'm super pumped. If I could, be a part of that, that would be great. Because if I could either put it to rest and go back to my normal life, that would be great. But if not, okay, well then I gotta get out there and start hammering on some more church doors so we can get us all facing the same page, because we're getting crushed by the beast system and the financial world, and with what they got going in our food and the rest of it is just amazing. So I'm just hoping to find out one way or the
This is what his role is. He's like I said, I've gone to the website. He's an e-wallet pimper, and he's just riding on the coattails of flat Earth wallet. If you even go there, it's not even a flat Earth wallet. It's called Starfish e-wallet. Yeah, that they've just strapped flat Earth on. A little bit of Christianity. Then you will know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. John 8:32. But it's just an e-wallet. It's just. Is he even he doesn't appear to be a flat earther by his knowledge. Just looks like another grifter that's using the flat earth title to benefit him financially. Hence his t-shirt.
Well, his mission is to go down there, see the 24-hour sun so he can get his kids back.
Yeah. You should stop.
Yeah, they don't care what the truth is. I just want to find out.
Did you start talking again?
Yes, sir. I said he should stop giving a shit about flat earth and go and do what's important in life.
Yeah.
What the truth is, so I can take that road, take that split, and start heading in a more positive direction. So
What
and this would help, my child.
I'm going to go down there so I can show that bitch that it is flat. Get my goddamn kids back.
You know what this guy
I
needs?
think Adam is correct. Sorry, Nick.
That's the case if I wasn't a flat earther anymore. So, but anyway, so
Rude, isn't he? QE.
Just keeps playing it. He's just playing it. He's doing it deliberately.
He's doing
He's done it to you.
What this guy needs is a really long lease on a C8 Corvette. That'll sort everything out, mate.
What's going on here is Adam is spot on. Instead of going, never mind all this flat globe stuff, because I'm not proving it anyway. What proving is he doing of any of this? Right? Nothing, right? So why is he allowing it to get in the way of him and his children? Why do that? He should leave someone else do the proving, like us, for instance, and just go and do what he has to do with his ex-partner and his kids. Let's stop all this nonsense. If it's flat, which it is, it'll be proven, which it has been. End of story.
Yep.
You know
Women
what?
love a
He
Corvette. And kids. Kids love a Corvette.
He needs to talk to Mr. Crumb about how overwhelming finding out the Earth was flat, because he's still not over it. Get Chris Crumb and Jeff Schmidt together. Forget the mission. You can save lives here.
No, get him a good lease on a C8.
start heading in a more positive.
There's never been a better time to buy a midlife crisis Corvette. It's mid-engine now.
Yeah.
Take that road, take that split, and start heading in a more positive direction. So, and this would help, my child custody case if I wasn't a flat earther anymore.
Okay.
There it is.
There you go. Please tell me it's a ball. Well, then I can go and get my kids back. Mate, you got issues, pal.
No, you're not hearing what he's saying. He's saying there's a fork in the road. He's talking about driving even in his analogies. It's mainly his Corvette.
But anyway, so that's it.
Can you tell everybody about your past experience on a TV show?
Oh, well,
holy shit.
It's Brian. It's Brian.
Yeah.
The good bit, Brian.
No, what he needs is a 24-year-old babe who's sitting in the Corvette with him. So when they're looking out over the ocean, he can tell her all about that complete bitch of an ex-partner of his. Blah, blah, blah.
Right, he needs a 24-year-old sat in the Corvette so he can drive past his wife and make sure his wife sees him in the Corvette with the 24-year-old. That's what his dream is.
Yeah, well, just kind of silliness. Back in the day when I was thinking we had the world by the tail, America's Funniest People came around and they were doing live auditions. Anybody could audition. And so I did a stupid little thing, bug on a windshield. And I got to be on their show for the beginning and the end of for 2 seasons. So it was great. I got to be my foot in the door because I always wanted to be a movie director. I went to film school.
Foot in the door of movie directing by being a bug on a windshield in America's funniest home videos. Is that
I think that's right.
You're insane.
I think that's what he summarized.
He's insane. Wow, scary.
School and the rest of it when I got older. And so that was my thing is I was like, okay, this is it. I'm starting down the trail. I'm gonna be famous. I'm gonna make movies. It's gonna be great. Didn't end up happening that way. I made some bad, family choices for the wives and things like that. But
that bitch again.
But that was
it's that bitch again.
When she sees him with Stacey, that will all change.
She held him back, Brian.
I was kind of proud of that. I was like, okay, I was America's Funniest People for 2 years, and I'm looking forward to doing movies, and then I want to do comedy.
What the best, dude.
And that kind of thing. At some point,
He's the delusional moron. Bro, come on down.
What's going to happen, right, is his wife, right, he'll see his wife with Frank from the tennis club, right, and that's going to absolutely destroy it. It doesn't matter about Stacey then that's in the car with him, because that's going to absolutely drive him up the board, and that's what's going to happen. It's going to backfire on him.
I love this. This is like an episode of Montel Williams or whatever. Let's not worry about the false dichotomy. Let's talk about whether or not this guy's going to follow on his road to dreams with his wife reconciling with him and his kids loving him again in his Corvette driving away from a 24-hour sun in Antarctica.
Frank with the good hair, that's who he's going to be seeing, yeah.
The midlife Corvette.
Yeah. So get the Duff beer, so I want to have a pastor.
What the hell is going on now?
Duff beer contest here while we're in Antarctica. I can buy you a Duff beer, but
Duff, what?
So I'm just looking forward to doing some.
What?
You not know what Duff beer is? Duff beer for you, Duff beer for me. I'll have a Duff. You have one too. Duff beer for me, Duff beer for you.
Are you
I'll have a Duff. You have one too. Duff beer for me.
The Simpsons beer.
What?
That helps. Now I know what it exactly is. Thanks.
Some interesting things again. Follow the dream of making movies again. If I can do it with Flat Earth, that would be awesome. If I can combine, financial with churches with Flat Earth and just go from there, that'd be a dream come true, and I can finally, have a what I would call a purpose in life again. So,
hang on a second. Hang on. He could video Frank and his ex-wife.
Shut up, Brian. That's just disgusting. Stop it.
Second, what did Brian say? Go ahead, Brian.
No, don't repeat it. No.
He could video Frank and his ex-wife.
Just stop it. Stop it. Stop.
Yourself, Brian. Say it.
No, I said he could. Where he wants to video something, he'll end up videoing Frank and his ex-wife.
Frank with the good hair.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thanks so much.
All I heard in the background from Adam was, "Oh my God."
Come on, roll on the next train wreck. Let's see who's next. Come on.
This is Michael Douglas in Falling Down. Yeah? This guy that pops in the shop. Can't take it anymore. I was going to be this. I was going to be this. I was going to go on a trip to Antarctica, and the bastards didn't pick me. And then that stopped me being famous because I was going to get back into the movie industry. 2 years on America's Funniest Thing. No, mate. America's Funniest People used that little clip of you being a spastic for 2 years. You weren't funny for 2 years. You weren't famous for. This is a delusional person. He's a if only type person, is he? Is it? Yeah. If only this happened, then I could make up with my wife. If only this happened, if only I turn a flat Earth wallet and become a multi-millionaire, my wife. If only I go to Antarctica, it'll save. But what he isn't is anything to do with flat Earth again. Yeah. Again, it's not.
Adam, I'm sold on him already. He's going. He's going. You don't have to convince me anymore. Let's bring him on down.
I think all these people should
I'm
sit
glad you
on,
did.
apart from the last.
Oh yeah,
I think they should all have to go with the ball earthers. But the point is, none of them are flat earthers.
Thanks for
Guys. It's really stop it, QA. None of them are flat earthers. Is this guy a flat earther?
No, we already established that.
No, but he's had 15 minutes of free counselling off past the world, Duffy.
Damn.
I'm done.
Cool. Well, thanks so much for submitting an entry. I'm glad you did.
Oh yeah, thanks. Thanks for having me even considered. This is tremendous. Thank you so much.
Just pause it for a
Absolutely.
sec. So, I mean, it's just sad because it would be nice if we did actually reach people like that. So that this guy was like, I don't need a trip to Antarctica to know Earth's measured flat. But that guy ain't like that. It's sad that we don't reach people like that, right? He spent 7 years on the fence. And like the guy with the tired-looking eyes, you're like, there's so much pain relief from knowing, and that none of them are getting it. I feel quite bad for them.
Yeah.
Well, he continues to be a flat earther because it annoys his wife.
Not one of them said, I know. Yeah. They believe. I hope I can prove it. And then I can get on with, listen to it. They're not. It's really frustrating.
Well,
This is what's being pimped as flat earthers.
It can't be any other way, Adam, because if you think about it, like me, why would I want to go? Do I need to affirm anything by doing this? If you're in a position where you think you might need to affirm something, then you're going to be the only candidate. Because anybody who realises the reality of what Earth is and how it's measured, they're going to be laughing in this dickhead's face going, oh yeah, I don't need your Antarctic trick, Dumbo. But the guy who goes, oh yeah, I need to know either way, like, oh, so you think this will prove it either way. So you're dumb enough to fall for the affirming the consequent and the false dichotomy on both sides.
Well, with the exception of Brian Leakey, so far what's happening is we have a group of people, and I'm not going to say they're all bad, but a group of people who would be like on a voice media or one of these kind of documentaries where they're sitting down around this at this big table, and there's at the other side of the table there's a cosmologist and two astrophysicists, and they're all explaining to them how it's a globe, and they are all just nodding their head going, okay, must have been wrong, okay, and walking out the door. And that's and that goes out to 20 million people.
Yeah. They need
Within
some
the 4 weeks.
really conciliatory beta cuck that can nod along while they're browbeaten by a load of flat earthers like MC Toon on a boat for a few weeks.
Anti-flat earthers, yeah, but no, people with actual education, the people like a big panel about Danny Faulkner types, you know, who aren't scientists, who are promoting themselves as scientists, and they know that these people will be intimidated because they don't know what's going on, they have no proofs, they're shaky believers, and they're terrified of people with educations. So consequently, it'll be an easy win for the globe. But like none of those supposed scientists are coming anywhere near people like us, not in a million years. But they love these type of people. They love it because they see them as victims, and they're their prey.
Yes, but now at the appropriate moment, QE's disappeared because he's assuming that you'll waffle on for a long time. That's almost rude. The fact that he's disappeared says that he thinks you'll waffle on so long, he's got time to get a brew, go to the toilet. That's just rude, isn't it, Brian?
Well, we can talk about Frank again with the great hair.
Please don't. That was filthy enough the first 2 times.
He has a good backhander, I tell you, down at the tennis club.
It's an excellent
Everyone
tennis
seems to
player.
like him. Especially his wife.
All right. Up next is my man, Josh. Josh.
How you doing, brother? Thank you so much for having me. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. I am in a different spot than I normally am. Usually I'm downstairs and I have a different background, but I was like, I better put something because I'm sitting in the closet. I'm just taking a break from work real quick just to come on and say hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Thanks so much. Can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Josh Monday. I'm from the Josh Monday Christian and Conspiracy Podcast. My YouTube is Josh Monday Music and Podcast. I've debated people on biblical cosmology. I've also debated whether the Bible teaches cosmology. I have about 206 episodes out, and we go over everything from biblical cosmology. We take a conspiracy, show you how it relates to the Bible, and we got 206 episodes, and it's running strong, And I've had Pastor Will Duffy on, and I've also had a lot of people on that you guys have already heard of, Dave Weiss, Mark Sargent.
Dave Weiss, Dave Scheister, the two upper.
Allegedly Dave, Jaron.
Hanoi Jaron. Yeah, you're a two upper.
Just a whole list of people, Jesus Freak Computer Geek, everybody. And also I had Matt and I had Pastor Dean Odell on, actually.
Now, his name's Dean Odell. You figured you'd know his name if you had him on a show.
Too.
Nathan was never on
Yeah,
the show.
thanks, Josh.
Yeah, why wasn't Nathan on your show?
Who cares? This guy seems okay. Let's just
One of
see
the
what he's
reasons I
got to say.
chose you as a finalist.
Wait. So he was on Flatzoids 2 days ago, Josh Monday.
Look, so far this guy seems pretty normal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Buddy, and also I had Matt and I had Pastor Dean Odell on, actually, too.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks, Josh. One of the reasons I chose you as a finalist is because you are an Army veteran. And,
Yes, sir.
that
Whoa. Why wasn't I a finalist then?
I thought this was golden ticket, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
this is-
Was drawn.
It is, you're right. It's golden ticket, so it's whoever wants to apply, and this guy's applied. And to be fair, if he's got army background, that's far more appropriate for going down to Antarctica. Would you not agree?
Why?
He's going to be physically strong.
Because he can follow instruction. Like the guy that I was asked to apply via email can't follow instruction because he sent the video. This guy clearly can. He's military trained. Yeah.
Let's be honest, right? If you were, let's say we were there, you and I, QE specifically, we're there, right? And we're saying, right, we're going to go off and we're going to have a little explore. We want to go and have a little look. We're going to go wandering over there. Literally, we're just wandering over there. Okay. You then got a couple of choices for who you take with you in your party of three. So there's going to be you, me, and the sweet-faced feminine one, the one that's a bit overwhelmed, or this guy. Now, given that...
feminine one?
Given that,
Chris Crumb!
Hold on. Let me just give you a scenario. Given that we might, one of us, fall down a crevasse, would you prefer that he was on the other end of the line or the feminine one was on the other end of the line?
Can I answer that? I think when you fell down the crevasse, right, and you realise how overwhelming it is, I know who I want. Bring the crumbs to...
I agree. If I was dangling from a line that's pickaxed into the snow and someone's got to do something about yanking me out, I'd want counselling. I'd want to tell them how overwhelmed I was while I was dangling. I wouldn't want Mr. Muscle here to yank me back out. I'd want a counsellor to tell how overwhelmed I was.
I want Mrs. Femininity to fall down the crevasse with me.
At least you'll die happy.
That's exactly right.
That means a lot to me. And so thank you for your service.
No worries,
Shut the fuck up.
man. I appreciate it. Yeah, if I get...
What was that all about? Why would you not say, yeah, thank you for your service?
I fucking hate hearing it.
I'd like to thank you personally for your service, QE. Thank you.
You're fucking Britain.
Just thank you.
You're British.
Don't be humble.
You're
Thank you.
British. It has
Thank
no
you.
Fucking utterly meaningless to your dumb. Well, okay. Now, if we take the whole story that England is our motherland, then okay, I can relate to that. You're welcome.
No problem.
I just kind of, I teach out of the Bible.
What's that?
Speak for yourself.
Bible, and I think the Bible in Psalms 19:1 through 6 says that the sun does a circuit, to the ends of the heavens, right? So I do believe that, and also like Ecclesiastes 1 verse 5, it says that, if you click on it in the Hebrew, it says that the sun goes away and then it comes forth, go forth and come forth. So I do believe the sun is circling our head. So also.
What? Huh?
Don't you dare.
What?
What? Huh?
Cannot critique that. Don't you dare.
What is there to critique? I mean, huh?
You need that clip. You know that clip that goes, "What?"
What? Yeah,
What?
they're going to a place to see if their beliefs will be proven correct
No.
as a belief.
No.
Their belief is a correct belief.
No. Josh has just took Will to a very uncomfortable place. Now, whilst we sit here and shout about science, proofs, stuff, there's another thing for fundamental Christians, and that's the Word of God. It's a very uncomfortable place for a Bible-believing Christian who claims he lives on a ball.
Not really.
Josh has just cited it. Watch Will's face. He grimaces. Yeah? Because it doesn't fit. You can argue that the text doesn't necessarily relate to a flat plane because it wasn't envisaged, wasn't part of their message they're trying to convey. But it does not comport with a ball. It's opposite to a ball, these descriptors. Yeah, so that's a nice place for him to have an argument because it's not in this false dichotomy. It's not in science or anything like that. It's in scripture, which is a nice place for biblical cosmology and Pastor Will Duffy to argue what scripture says about the nature.
Fair enough. I only said I don't agree on account of the fact that I think Will would just square this circle by saying circuit, while us observing it in a full circuit down at the bottom of a ball would qualify for that biblically in his mind. That's what I would expect of him.
Brilliant. And they're the arguments that these two guys should be having. It'd be great to hear Will support his standpoint through scripture.
Fair enough.
Well, just to add to what Adam said, even though you probably don't want me to, I'm going to anyway. What's Will going to do if he does see a 24-hour sun in Antarctica?
What's who going to do?
How is he going to explain that through scripture?
What's who going to do? Sorry.
Will, how is he going to explain that through scripture? He claims to be a pastor. How is he going to explain that through scripture?
Explain that there is a 20. If he does see it, let me just get the context again. If Will does see a 24-hour sun, how will he explain that through scripture? Is that your question?
Yes.
It's on a circuit.
Yeah.
Well, it's not. At that point, he's claiming it's a globe.
Yeah, he's got to read between the
It's not on a
lines.
circuit. The globe is on a circuit.
Yeah, I think that's what Adam's saying. So if you take the words as what they say in terms of what you observe the sun to do versus their apparent movement based on a globe that's turning, there's no biblical way of squaring that circle. But like I just gave apologies on behalf of Will in terms of how he could justify it through interpretation, it still won't match the Bible. I think that's Adam's point.
What I'm saying is, I'm not really attacking the Bible. I'm just saying that all the information, right, that was originally supposed to be in the Bible, or all the information that's in the Bible, I should say, there might be information in the world outside of that, right? If he sees something that's different from what he can explain through Scripture, right, and he can't explain it through Scripture, how can he keep being a pastor when, as far as he's concerned, when he sees this, well, according to what he says, when he sees this 24-hour sun, if he sees it, that means it's a globe. That means the sun is not moving. That means it's a globe, so the globe is moving, blah, 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 blah. The point is that I think, I'm not saying it couldn't be a major problem for flat earthers who are Bible believers. I'm saying for him, he might be actually, this might end up being him shooting himself in the foot, if you understand what I mean.
It's a great example, Brian. That is a fantastic example. So, yeah. So if we just take the circuit of the sun, okay, and he goes down and he sees a 24-hour sun, and in his mind, that's therefore confirmed it's a ball. But in doing so, and jumping, therefore accepting his heliocentric model, he accepts that it isn't the sun that's moving, it's him that's rotating. So when he then goes back to scripture, he's got a problem because the Bible's now wrong. Because the Bible says it's circuit, not you spinning, boy.
True, but the whole point, I mean, all that's true. But the whole point was that Josh's little example there was non sequitur.
Yes.
His conclusion didn't follow from the premise.
Yeah, that was kind of
nothing there.
absolutely. That's why I was like, what? Because it's non sequitur.
Yes.
No, it's not.
Notwithstanding your 2 points, sir.
So in Joshua 10,
give us a J and let's see why it's non sequitur.
All right, let's do it.
To the TFE, yeah.
Since we want to stop here.
says that, if you click on it in the Hebrew, it says that the sun.
Let's go pull another J. We'll take each statement. This is going to be great.
Says that the sun does a circle.
Before I listen, non sequitur to specifically what?
To his point, his conclusion didn't follow from his premise.
Yeah, well, what was that? That's what I'm
Psalms
saying.
19.
We're going to fucking find out.
1.
Let's go back 5 seconds. Psalm 19:1.
I teach out of the Bible, and I think the Bible in Psalms 19:1 through 6 says that the sun does a circuit, to the ends of the heavens, right? So
the sun does a circuit to the ends of the heaven. Okay? Conclusion?
I do believe that, and also like Ecclesiastes.
I do believe that. So that was a sentence fragment?
The non sequitur without a conclusion attached to it.
Well, he's not finished. Let him finish. He might just be throwing a load of citation out there that will all fit together to the conclusion. So I've heard one side, one bit of scripture so far. 2's coming up.
Okay.
1 verse 5, it says that, if you click on it in the Hebrew, it says that the sun goes away and then it comes forth,
Okay, so the sun goes away and it comes forth. Okay.
Okay, so I've got circuits and forwards and backwards so far. These are the points he may be making. We're yet for him to define why he's citing this, but as I'm listening, these are the points he could make. Yeah.
But those are 2 premises. What's the conclusion?
Go forth and come forth. So I do believe the sun is circling our head. So also.
Okay, so the sun is circling our heads. I see his point now. I misheard him. Okay, yeah, I got you. Yeah. So that should be it for him, right? Why does he need to go?
Sorry, stop. In terms of the sun circling our heads, this is something that you can witness with your own eyes and don't need biblical backing for.
Sure, yes.
It's complete. Well, that's why I said it's complete non sequitur.
It's not non sequitur. It's just, well, duh.
Well, yeah, okay. What I'm saying non sequitur is like, what? What the hell does this have to do with anything? So you're affirming that you appreciate the sun's moving around you. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I can see that with the evidence of my own eyes. I didn't need biblical backing for it.
Sure, yes.
Also in Joshua 10, verses 12, it says that God made the moon and the sun stop. So this is important for me too, man, because I'm teaching out of the Bible and I want to.
Yeah, that's not. He lost it. He lost it right at the end, right? He didn't make a conclusion yet.
Doesn't need to. The point he's making is better, right?
Okay.
For Will Duffy here, to me, I'm liking this. Yeah, I'm teaching out the Bible, man. I'm teaching out the Bible. Can I take the words of the Bible, or have I got to reinterpret them for people into a heliocentric viewpoint? This is the point he's making to him.
I know.
May I point out that if the sun makes a complete circuit around you when you're above a certain northern latitude, or if the sun makes a circuit around you when you're at a certain southern latitude, it's still making a circuit above you. So how are you going to prove to yourself it's not making a circuit?
I'm going to do one, guys. I'm going to go for a curry, so speak to you later.